throughout the game, each player will be getting maze cards from the game Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber when they succeed really well or when they help other thieves with their thieving tasks.
Mm.
And at the end of the game, all the players look at their maze cards, and the player that has the most gears, because each card has between 0 and 4 gears on it, the player with the most gears gets to narrate the end of the heist and tell us how they got away with the treasure and left everybody else in their dust. Or not, if they're a nice thief.
That's not winning.
Everybody wins. All right, so it's a very simple mechanic. Each character has 6 angles, 6 ways of doing things. They are bold, careful, clever, practical, sturdy, and swift. And each of those has a number associated with it between 1 and 5. And when you do something, you say, I'm going to do this boldly, and then you describe what you do. You roll 1 die or 2 dice or whatever number is associated with that angle. I will give you a target number that you have to get more pips than on any number of your dice. And then there are levels of success, which you are all familiar with because we play Genesis and Star Wars so much. You can fail or you can succeed, but bad things happen. Succeed with great things happening. If you roll 4 or more successes on your dice, you can cash that in for a maze card. You can also use maze cards like we use story points in Genesis, where you cash it in for something great. But then you have 1 less at the end of the game.
Is it
you
great?
can.
So is that great?
Yeah.
Is it worth
Might be
it?
great for some people.
Oh yeah, you it's absolutely worth spending those cards to make sure that your story gets told during this, because you want to come out on top.
I'm half like, are you
Sure,
saying
AJ.
that to sabotage me or?
Yes.
Okay.
I would
See,
never-
I'm so gullible.
Yeah. Just look at your husband and then see what he says. He nods or shakes his head no, and then you know where the truth is.
I can trust
Until he
him.
backstabs you.
Remember,
exactly.
I
he
can
won last
I can
time,
still win
so-
this game.
I didn't hear you, Andrew. You're quieter.
On your character sheets, you will also see under each of your angles, there's a little checkbox that says fatigued.
Mhm.
When you use that angle, you cannot use that angle again until you use the opposite angle. So bold is paired with careful,
Oh, that's a
clever
nice
with
balance.
practical, and sturdy with swift. So you can't always use your best thing.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, that's good, but that also sucks.
What am I missing? Each character, each thief has a signature item. When you use your signature item, it's generally going to be once per scene, and I'll get into scenes in a second. But when you use your signature item, you get 2 extra dice on your roll.
Okay.
You can also get extra dice by letting another thief help you.
Huh.
Thieves, only 1 thief can help another thief on any one roll. If more than 1 thief volunteers, the person rolling a dice gets to choose who is the helper. Because the helper, the person who's helping,
Mm-hmm.
gets a maze card for helping.
Oh, okay.
If you decide to not ask for any help at all, or refuse everybody's help, then I get a maze card.
Oh, that sounds concerning.
Mark can win
More
this
than
game
one
too.
way to lose.
There is more than one way to lose this game. If you are all if you just all refuse help all the time, I get all the maze cards. I get to narrate the end game,
Which we lose.
which you would lose.
That's what it sounds like, Richard. Yeah. If the GM gets the most gears, then he wins.
Yeah. What else?
Which is spooky considering most of these cards have different numbers of,
It's true.
as I'm holding my cell phone, different numbers of gears because I'd have to reach way over there for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Crystal.
There are two more things. One is the game is broken up into 3 scenes. The first scene in this game is going to be gathering information, getting all the info you need to formulate a plan, which is the second scene. Getting all the pieces put in the right places for your plan to work. And then the third scene is the heist. When any character gets their hand on the treasure, that is the end of the game, and we get to look at the maze cards and see who has the most gears. This game will be out very soon, and when it comes out, it will have 2 extra supplements coming out along with it. One of them has extra ways to play, NPCs. The other one has places around town and different treasures that you can build into your games. The one with different ways to play has quirks and flaws as an extra thing. So each of our characters that we're playing today have 2 quirks and 1 flaw. Some of your quirks are once per scene, some of them are once per game, and I'll try to remember what your flaws are so that I can use them accordingly.
Of course.
Do we get cards if we tell you what our flaws are and use them accordingly?
No, I've got them open on the screen, so
Oh, come on now. Okay,
you do get cards for good role play. So
Okay.
lean into your flaws.
Oh, I haven't practiced an accent yet.
The final thing is that we're playing
3 of
with
us from
one.
Texas, so it should be fine.
There's tons of flaws there, so it shouldn't be hard. Oh, sorry, that wasn't very edifying.
Edifying.
It's
captured
not
on the
edifying,
internet
but You're still a
forever.
little salty because I threw you under the bus earlier. It's all good.
You did.
One final rule. We're playing with an extra rule called Reservoir Cats.
Sounds
Uh,
cool.
And Andrew, you have played with this before.
Okay.
Mixed
I don't
in,
remember.
mixed into our deck of cards is the cat card from Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber.
Okay.
If a thief draws the cat, keep it to yourself. Your thief is secretly working for the fuzz. If
That's so cool.
If at the end game, the thief holding the cat card has the most cogs on their maze cards, that thief narrates the end game, and the rest of the thieves end up in the slammer.
Mm.
If at the end game, the thief holding the cat has neither the most cogs nor the least cogs, we get to have a post-credit scene where they are reprimanded by their boss, turning in their badge and their banana. And if at the end game, the thief holding the cat has the least cogs, the other thieves notice that you are working for the fuzz during the end game, and all the other thieves get to narrate the special post-credit scene where they confront you.
Did you just say banana?
You
Yeah,
mentioned a banana, yeah.
there are no guns in Mechanical Corners
No.
Right. Awesome.
or horses.
They don't exist,
They
supposedly.
don't exist.
They
No.
don't exist.
I read your book, supposedly.
Yeah. I can also draw the cat, and if I draw the cat, you're all going to jail at the end of the game. If you win.
Even if
I
we
could
win?
draw-
No, if I win.
Wait, so
If
then
if
how
I
does
win
that...
and I have the cat, you all go to jail.
But if you have the cat and you neither have the most nor the least, then,
Then nothing.
nothing?
happens. Yeah.
And the same thing with loss. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
making
yeah.
sure.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Have a loose grasp on these rules?
So loose.
Sure.
That's fine. You will get it as we go.
It's the perfect opportunity to start a competitive game.
Yeah, it's great. Just the key to winning, as Andrew said earlier, is remember that this is a competitive game.
Yes.
It's a co-op. Come on.
It
We all
is.
know that.
I mean,
It's a
it's
competitive co-op.
Yeah,
so
that's
gonna
exactly
lose.
it.
It's look, I'm used to playing. Well, I have played. It's not played in a long time, but Dead by Winter or whatever it was called. I think it was Dead by Winter.
Yeah. I know.
Anyways, yeah, it was competitive. competitive, cooperative, co-op competitive, whatever you want to call it.
All right.
That was a fun game.
Our camera pans in, zooms in, pans in, zooms in. Uh-oh. You're back.
She's back.
Stop touching things, Crystal.
To Rusty's Saloon. The place is boisterous. It's a Friday night. People are enjoying themselves, passing drinks around. There are some can dancers on the stage and people shouting off from the balcony. Who are the four thieves that we see seated around a table, and what is the drink that they have in their hand? AJ, why don't you start?
I am playing, well, since we're playing Reservoir Cats, I'm playing Mr. Beans. I'm a minion. My quirks are nondescript and machine operator, and my flaw is wind up, wind down. And
Can you tell us a little bit about Beans?
yeah,
You've had a whole 2 hours to think about this character.
yeah, Mr. Beans he's a can of beans. He's got open lid that's held on just barely, so you can see a little bit of his beans. He has a robot arms and legs attached to the can, so his head and body are all the can, and he has robot arms and legs with his wind up and back. He carries with himself a large can opener.
How large? Comically large?
Comically large. Yeah.
Comically
yeah.
large.
One that would be used to be able to open himself up, should he so desire. More. Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, more because he's open.
More. Because my
Because
top's
he's
open.
already open.
I don't want my,
All
Or
right.
just fall off.
my beans to spill.
Going
Spill my
around the
beans.
table.
Wait, I have a question.
Never
Uh-huh.
spill
sorry.
beans.
Does that make him a minion or a foodstuff?
I'm a
He's
minion.
a minion.
We'll
Because
never
he's
get
mechanical. Think
Because-
of him as the
Because
he's the,
the
can.
robot parts are obvious.
Okay, and the food people don't have the robot parts.
If
Mhm.
they do, they're too proud and they cover them up.
Oh.
Speaking
Nice.
of food, next to Mr. Beans is a beverage or plant. Have you
Beverage.
decided?
We'll go beverage.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla is great. Sarsaparilla is a bottle of root beer. He's got his bright red duster on. Maybe it's more burgundy, and a cowboy hat covering his bottle top. The label, if there was one, would be of a giant curly mustache, and it's right near the top of the level of the bottle. He's got his feet up on the table, and he's kind of mindlessly playing with a coin. His
Flipping a
quirks,
coin.
yeah, he's kind of flipping a coin, Clunk, clunk, and then yeah, exactly,
Doing the thing.
doing
you
the
know,
thing, doing the thing I can't do. But
Yeah,
that's the
nobody
wonderful
can
thing
do
about RPGs.
Mhm.
A glass of root beer can twirl a coin in a way that I cannot. See, his
What's-
quirks are buns of
Yeah.
steel. His other quirk is bad penny, and his flaw is faking it.
Yeah. Bad penny is fun.
Hmm
What is sarsaparilla drinking tonight?
Oh,
Sarsaparilla.
Does he drink?
yeah, of course he drinks.
Would it be weird if other people drink sarsaparilla? Would that be like
Only
No.
if it's sentient sarsaparilla.
Yeah,
But if it's
Yeah.
pre-sentient, it's fine.
pre-sentient sarsaparilla. And I did mean to describe earlier, I said his feet were kicked up on the table, but those are his roots for sure. I mean, there's still a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
of plant element to this bottle and body. Probably the vines, some leaves are the hands and arms. I actually
Wait.
don't know what sarsaparilla looks like, so it's like some kind of weird
Is he
flowery
like
thing.
is he like a bottle that has sarsaparilla that's been planted and sprouted out from around it.
Weird. That's kind of cool.
It could also you could also just be a bottle as the head, and then you've got like a human-looking body that we just
Yeah.
don't talk about what's inside there.
And there's that too.
No, I'm bottle most of the way down.
Okay.
The bottle
Or
is
multiple
wrapped
bottles.
in vines and plants
Mhm.
resembling a sarsaparilla plant, whatever that looks like. Folks at home can Google it and then decide how that looks.
Great. Perfect. Theater of the mind.
Mhm.
Sitting next to sarsaparilla, we see a goat. Can you tell me about Willie the Kid?
Yeah. So, yeah. So of all of well, so far of everybody, yeah. There's a goat with a cowboy hat, and he is kicked back in a duster, a leather duster, and he's I guess he's looking over probably poker cards or something along those lines. Just because, why not? We were playing poker or something before, and he has a rolled up cigarette that he lights. But if you pay attention to it, it's not really a cigarette; it's a piece of cloth. And so then he's like sitting there with it, and then he starts nibbling on it, and then ends up eating it because that's what Willie the Kid is his name would be doing at this point in time, and he's just kind of passing the time while we're watching the can dancer. Everyone else is sipping on their drinks.
What drink is in Willie the Kid's hand?
Good question. Probably water, and he sips it like this.
Thank you and good night.
I mean, you're welcome.
Did you get a card for that?
I'm just
We
waiting.
started-
Yellow
waiting for you
card?
to start screaming like a goat.
I mean, I have all the tropes ready to go.
Well,
Just in case. I do need to get to the quirks and the flaws. Let me go ahead and get to that
Okay.
before we run on. Get us back on track here. So he's got two quirks. One of them is Know Some Bunny. And the other one is Lucky Penny. And then he has a flaw of Unforgettable, which I've already started. So you guys enjoy that very much. He does have a pea shooter on his hip. And
It literally shoots peas.
Yep, I have literal pea shooter. So he's good to go. So you're next.
Yeah, the last person sitting at this table is a jackalope. Crystal, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Jack the Jackalope. She just goes by Jack. I have not thought a lick about it because I didn't have time.
Great, think about it right now.
Okay.
Whatever you say next is true.
Yep.
I was really hoping your sheet was going to have personality traits that I could just go with. So feel free.
Let's see. So Jack is very clever and kind of swift.
Okay.
Not very practical and not very sturdy.
She's wily. Oh yeah, we'll just pretend I'm like Wile E. Coyote or something with a voice. I don't know what that looks like because he doesn't talk.
Excellent.
He does.
What
There's
is,
one cartoon where he talks, but I
Whoa.
won't derail us.
What is Jack? What kind of outfit's Jack wearing? You looking snazzy? You looking ready for adventure?
She likes to roam the desert, so not snazzy.
Okay.
Um,
Desert's really far away.
Oh,
That's fine.
I heard Western and didn't know what we were doing.
No, you are all Western characters in an 1800s European town.
So how do we reconcile all that?
We just do.
Okay, cool.
You all came. Maybe you all came from Hamerica, and you heard good things about McChanicle Corners. A lot of thieves around here. So, yeah.
I think she has like a bolo with some turquoise and like a woven colorful blanket poncho thing.
Nice.
You're only just leaning into the good, the bad, and the ugly here, so this works out great.
What
were
are
y'all
Jack?
wearing? Did y'all have clothes?
Just
I-
everyone's
I'm
wearing dusters.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're wearing dusters. We have clothes on. We're decent folk.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Uh,
What was
what
Mr.
are-
Beans drinking? Did he get a drink? I didn't hear his drink.
No.
It doesn't matter what he's drinking. You're good.
Yeah.
Something
Beans is
served in
only
a
minion.
can.
Just what's everybody else? I'm a minion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
Andrew's a food stuff.
I'm a food
Yep.
stuff. The
Crystal's
royal
a
food
animal?
stuff.
huh?
Both of you are
Wa-
animals.
and Willie's an animal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are.
Can you tell us what
Filthy
Jack
animal.
what Jack looks like physically? I don't think we said what sort of animal Jack is.
I might take
Oh.
for granted that everyone knows what a jackalope is. Coming
You don't
from
have to explain it.
okay.
Crystal, what's a jackalope?
You
Good.
should, yeah, just in case.
Jackrabbit with or antelope horns.
100%. So who's
Totally
wearing
real.
chaps?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Help get her through that sagebrush.
What are Jack's quirks and
Oh, yeah.
her flaw?
Animal magnetism. Do I have to read it? Don't me to
No.
say. Okay. And lucky rabbit's foot are my quirks.
Appropriate.
Yeah. And my flaw is honest.
That is a flaw for a thief.
That's absolutely going to be a flaw.
Oh.
That's okay.
And your signature item?
How does that even make sense? In attempting to skirt the truth, it's always better to be
I
honest.
mean, I'm unforgettable and I'm supposed to be a thief. How am I supposed to do that?
No,
Yeah.
just like when
Yeah.
you're trying to skirt the truth, how
If
does
you are
honest
lying, it's going to be more difficult for you.
weird. Okay.
Your signature item?
Do I have that? Where's that?
You do. It's
oh.
at the bottom.
Oh, I missed that. Fastest gum in the West. What does that mean?
You tell me.
Okay.
I just like the joke.
She has a slingshot. She shoots gumballs. Obviously.
Perfect. That's great.
So pea
Go
shooter and
fast.
gum in the gum slingshot. Okay.
All right. I would like the first roll of the game, and everybody can roll. And it is going to be something that you are all used to in a place like this. You're looking for your next mark. You're trying to find the next big thing to steal. So in another game, this would be the equivalent of a perception check. Which angle would your character use to read the crowd, listen to the other tables, and hear what's going on over the noise of this place?
Beans
You-
would be
yeah.
very clever and use the local newspaper. As everyone knows, you go to the paper for all the news. Usually he gets it a few weeks late, as it gets passed down and through the tumbleweeds or, wrapped in fish later. So,
I didn't need it.
yeah.
The fish and the newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a burrito.
Absolutely. It's tasty.
All right, so Mr. Beans is going to use clever.
Yeah.
All right. So how many dice are you rolling?
Ooh, one.
Nice.
Can I
Good call.
assist by
Good
being
call.
practical in this situation?
Of
Since-
course.
Since you offered, yeah. Which
If-
means you get a maze card.
Thanks.
So-
on it, man.
So I'll assist with being practical. Since you're using the newspaper and you're being clever about it, I'm just going to look at the actual headlines, which is the practical thing to do, to see if we notice anything interesting as far as like marks and stuff goes.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Beans
that
opens
exactly-
it up and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What?
You read over the shoulder.
Oh, so that's what I've got. Okay, cool. So that would be 2 dice. So how do we do
Yep.
this? Do I roll my
Yep.
2?
AJ gets to roll both of them.
And am I fatigued now that I've given him my practical?
No. Um, so since you assisted, that just boosts AJ's roll.
Here we go. That is 2 4s.
Okay, 2 4s is perfect. You needed at least 1 2 to succeed.
That's 3
Um,
successes then.
What? You rolled 2 4s.
You said 1 2.
You needed a 2 to succeed. You got 2
I did.
4s.
I rolled 4 4 2, which means like
He rolled a 4 and a 2 and a 4
On 2 dice.
on 3 dice.
On-
Oh,
you should have
I see
rolled
what
2
you're saying.
dice.
you said 3.
no, because I've got 2 in practical and
Oh.
he's got 1 in
Would you like me
clever.
to reroll?
This is a different
but
game.
Helping,
different game.
assisting, you only pass one die over.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Would you like me to reroll?
Yeah,
I'd happily.
let's re-roll that guy.
Yeah,
learning.
see? I got
Alright.
6 and a 2.
That's great. A 6 and a 2 still succeeds. It's a flat success. You are going to find something nice.
Hmm.
Andrew and Crystal, would you still like to roll? Or are you going to give Mr. Beans all of the glory of finding the next mark?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean,
Well, I
like-
was going to be bold and talk to the bartender, but I don't know.
Do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I have, it says 3. Bold is 3.
Perfect. You're
D6.
rolling 3 dice, and you have to get at least 1 2.
Okay. You hear it? No. Okay. I have a 6, a 5, and a 4.
Perfect. You got 3 higher than 2. That is, you succeed, and something good comes out of that success. It's a good success. And what is Sarsaparilla going to do?
Well, I was going to be bold as well, but that's kind of boring. So I'm going to be clever. I'm going to be clever. How am I going to be
Okay.
clever?
How are you going to be clever?
Oh, so I'm spinning the coin in my fingers and flipping it and
Mhm.
all of that. And just cleverly, I'm going to let it fall and hit the ground. And I'm going to look for anybody who looks at it because they're probably not the mark. Anybody who hears a coin hit the ground and is like,
Mm.
I want that, then they
Is-
probably aren't someone to
Competition-
rob.
Okay.
Pretty clever.
Is that clever enough?
Sure.
Oh, it's loud.
All right.
Sarsaparilla's going for, like,
I dropped my coin. Yeah.
the small mark. Everyone else is looking for the big thing.
I'm just eliminating options. That's what I'm after.
That's fair.
I got 2 3s.
2 3s. That is a flat success. As Sarsaparilla drops his coin, he sees eyes all over the room dart to where it dropped. One person does not look, and that person is a minion. They've got a poblano pepper for a head. They do not look up from their sweeping, and it looks like in their sweeping, there's a lot of good stuff that's being swept up. Stuff is falling out of pockets all over the place around here. As Mr. Beans goes through the McChanicle Corners Chronicle, they see articles about the upcoming holiday. They see the weather for the next few days. He sees a name that rings a bell. Doc Hollandaise. They Doc Hollandaise is a local philanthropist, and what does philanderer mean? I feel like they're also a philanderer.
It means you're like a ladies' man.
Yeah,
you're-
okay, that works.
I'm a ladies' man.
Really likes
Uh,
the ladies.
Mhm. Yeah. Doc Hollandaise is having a private gala a thing that's big enough to make the news. The details are sparse, but something like that. A lot of rich people are going to be gathered in one place at one time. It would probably be a good thing to be at.
Hmm.
And Jack heads up to the bar. Do you want to tell me about the bartender? What kind of animal they are?
Bobcat.
Yep, it's Bob. You walk up to the bar. I think you sidle up to the bar,
Oh, yeah.
and Bob is there, polishing the surface with a cloth, and he's got those pointy bobcat ears. He's got a vest and a bow tie on. And says, with what kind of voice? He says, "Hey, Jack, what's
Hey.
new?"
So we know each other already? I
Yeah,
thought,
you know Bob.
okay. I kept thinking
Everyone
we're like
knows
out of
Bob.
towners.
You might. I think you've been here for a little while.
Okay.
If Beans recognizes Doc Hollandaise, I think you've been here for a little while.
All right. So, and remind the thing you just told me about or told us about Doc Hollandaise we got from the paper.
Yeah, that is info that Beans and Billy or Willie have
Willie.
at the moment. Willie.
Okay, I don't have that.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
While Sarsaparilla is off like chasing the janitor.
I put my paws on the bar with my boldness. And I'm like, so Bob, what's the skinny? We're looking for some news today. It's been a kind of boring week.
Oh, you're looking to
Anything
work?
interesting?
Well,
Work? Something? Anything
work.
fun going on?
Well, there's the old. Well, you're not from around these parts, are you?
Just rolled into town last week. Or month, I mean.
Yeah, I thought so. You ever pulled off a train job before?
I have always wanted to.
Now, I expect a finder's fee. You heard it from me. Don't tell anybody, but I expect the finder's fee.
No doubt, no
Where-
doubt.
It's going to be a big party on one of the trains leaving town tomorrow morning. Doc Hollandaise. You know the guy.
Mhm.
Wealthy philanthropist. He's got a thing for cards. And I hear that the jackpot is going to be massive.
So he's running a game.
He's running an exclusive game. There's a whole party around it, but he's got some of the big spenders coming in.
Who are we talking about? You know any of the names?
Oh, you got a good success. You get something good out of this? Yeah, he absolutely knows some of the names. Let's see. I think probably see James Yellowstone there. You know the guy, Big Bison. You'll see.
What's his specialty?
That's a great question that I don't have written down. You tell me what his specialty is.
Grain import, export.
Of course. Of course. He does
Yeah.
like that corn.
It's a big corn fan.
It's got the juice.
Prime Wellington's supposed to be there.
Oh, the big guns for sure.
Mm-hmm. You know, if Prime Wellington shows up, there's going to be money involved. That's all I know. I'm sure there's going to be some other big wigs, people with cash.
Well, you can't play a card game without cash, honey.
No,
Well, thanks. I might have to check that out.
if you do, don't tell them I sent you.
dude, get me that finder's fee.
Exactly. Do get me that finder's fee.
Oh, we'll be talking again.
Nah,
Don't
all
you
right.
worry. Thanks, Bob. and I slap my hand on the counter with a coin or something.
Sure.
Like we have real money.
A curd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curd. Oh.
Yeah. That's the currency.
Cool.
Yeah. He snaps a finger, points at you, and palms the curd, pockets it.
And I mosey on over to a table or the end of the bar or something.
Yeah, I think you meet back up with your crew, who are poring over the newspaper.
So we are all together at the we start out as a crew.
Yeah, you all know each other.
Okay.
It's a noisy bar.
Willie, bite. Bite. Bite.
Don't
Willie.
get it.
Bite.
Ow,
Chew. Yes. Yeah. No, that's fine. More. A little more. Okay.
I'm already working on it.
I think I think I got something.
Wait. What you got?
He holds up the remainder of the paper that you haven't eaten.
Yes.
It reads Doc Hollandaise to throw gala. There'll be plenty of money there.
Wait
Enough to-
a second. Wait, now that doesn't say gala. That says gal. Doc Hollandaise to throw gal.
Oh,
Oh wait, I ate that piece there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so it's supposed to be an A there. All right. Okay, that works out fine. So, you think that's what we should be doing? I think that's a good mark. I think that's a pretty big mark right there. Now, I don't know how we're gonna get around. Have to deal with. Well, you know how security's gonna be around there.
well, we just got to get an entry fee.
Wait, so are we trying
Where
to
are we gonna get-
to steal something, or are we trying to win the game?
Hey, Jack. Well, I mean, we could do it either way. How you want to run it? Looks over at Beans, Mr. Beans.
Well, I'm not really sure how well you guys play cards, so I would just assume that we err on the side of what's practical and just snag it out from underneath everybody. But in the event that you actually do win, which would be
Oh, we're absolutely gonna win. I mean, that's just what happens whenever you work with Willie.
Like
I
last
would
time.
say you would.
He keeps cards in his sleeves.
I mean, I've got cards right here. I'm playing with the cards right now that I don't eat. I have a snack deck that's in this pocket, not in this pocket.
And we've only lost it once, technically twice, because of the whole snafu of, oh, that's my snack cards, not my real cards. And, that's fine.
I mean, it happens. Man gets hungry.
We got away from the pasta boys. It was fine.
He was fine.
Only a little marinara got spilt that day.
Only opened up your can a little bit, but
Yeah.
A few
Still
extra
healing
dents in the lid there.
Yeah, it's a dent. It's like expired cannage. A dent in the backside of his head.
It's fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Just comb the lid over a little bit. I think it'll be all good. You'll be
I
fine.
just got to get boiled every once in a while. I'll be fine. These last forever.
What is Hasparilla doing? Well, Jack comes back to the table.
Oh, Sasparilla's been, just mindlessly listening while fiddling the coin and, ever so cleverly from time to time slamming it on the ground and looking around. And then bending
There's
over
something
and picking
disconnect.
it
What
up.
was that?
And then, but he did spot this pepper
Yeah, he's-
minion,
Yeah, Poblano.
Poblano.
Probably. It's probably their name.
He
They're
gets up
just
from
still
the table and kind of
sweeping.
wanders over. Basically, kind of gets shoulder to shoulder with the guy,
Mhm.
and it's just like
Still sweeping.
I think you missed a spot over there.
They slowly turn.
A little
They
further,
Turn. Yeah. Keep turning.
a couple more
Mhm.
steps that way.
They take a couple steps that way. What did you roll?
I had 2 successes, so I had just a straight success.
Okay. What was the angle you chose?
Clever.
Okay. You spotted that there's a lot of good stuff in what this guy's sweeping.
Yeah.
I think you need to roll again to
Oh, okay.
get it.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Swift. That's basically the situation I've set up here.
Yeah. As they turn away, looking for the spot that they missed, roll your Swift. I think this one, we're starting out easy. It's going to be easy again. You have
Okay.
to roll two successes or more.
It's a tailor-made Swift, if you would do it.
Oh boy.
Oh, I only got one success. It's a 6.
One success.
But I got 2 1s.
Yeah,
Snake eyes.
That is a failure. They turn and
Oh,
turn
when you walked in,
and turn and don't see a spot, and they slowly turn back to what they were doing and keep pushing the pile of stuff into the back.
It's like one of those money machines that have all the money laid out in big piles, and you got to throw other coins in and try to get it. Have you seen those?
oh gosh, yes.
They're always
Mhm.
pushing.
That's
Yep,
fun.
they got the mirrors to throw you off and everything. Yep.
Something you might know about Mechanical Corners and the minions of Mechanical Corners is that most of them have one job, and they just spend all their time doing that one job.
Mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
In the corner.
Poblano probably only pushes a broom. Mr. Beans is special.
That right, he is.
So the four of you have some information now. Do you want to collect more information? If we would move into the second scene of 3, where actually no, as I described before, the first scene is all getting all the info, and the second scene would be putting that info to use. So what other information would you like to gather? Where do you think you might go to get it?
So would it be the next scene that we would talk about what we're actually trying to do?
Yeah. So once you have all the info, then you can formulate a plan.
Okay. I guess the only other thing I would want to know is, do you guys think that there would be other things, like, or are we just looking for money? Because I know that sometimes heists are, we're looking for jewels or some special thing.
Well, I mean, do you got a fence lined up in order to take care of those special things?
Fence lined?
Mhm.
I do
Yeah, a
not
person
know
who's
what
a
you mean.
fence takes your stolen objects and then gives you cash for them, and then finds buyers for them. That way, you're not fingered in the process.
Clearly, I am a little new to the game.
A little too honest for
It's
your
quite
own
all
good.
right, madam.
As evidenced by your honesty.
Oh gosh, yes. There you go, playing character. Just stares at you. It's like, so.
I do not.
Then we should probably go for the cash, unless you find something that you can hide on your person. I mean, it is a rich
stealing
place after all. I'm sure
treasures
people
from
are
a
going to have rings. They're going
Yeah.
to have gold teeth.
That's
We can
what I
knock a
was
few
thinking.
out.
There's
I
so
mean-
much to target. There's, like you're saying, or there's the cash prize, or there's the cash in people's pockets that we could. Ick.
And we can stuff plenty of cash inside of beans.
Could we?
The last time we did that, his clearance
I
got
mean, he's
soggy.
open for a reason. It worked.
Are you open to that, Mr. B?
It worked.
Well, I am technically open, but and I am technically full of beans, and technically it kind of stank last time, but it worked ish.
I mean, it was your idea.
It's what I get for offering to assist.
This is all well and good, but I think we need to figure out where the train is leaving from first.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe what
Probably
kind
the
of
train station.
Well, but which
Yes,
train
that was always
station?
so clever.
Well, we also need to figure out what kind of security is going to be on that train, too.
Yes.
Where it's going, how long it's going to be out, how long the tournament's for.
Some questions.
Maybe we
Where's
should
one
head over
stop?
to the train
And
station.
what's the grand prize?
At least some of us
What's
should
the
head over
grand-
to the train station, don't you think?
I think heading over to the train station is a good idea.
Now, normally, in this scene, I'm very happy to split the party. If two of you want to go, two of you want to go to the train station, and two of you want to go somewhere else to check something else out.
Because that's how we would get the information.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get it here. We'd have to leave to get more.
Probably, unless you know
I
somebody
mean,
here.
Willie ate the rest of the newspaper. I don't know how we're going to get more information. He had this nice
We
little
kept a piece
circle.
of paper that still had all the main information about Mr. Hollandaise.
Right.
It's right here. I got it right there.
Yeah.
So
Just
at least
a
we-
little blurb.
Where does it say that?
But the train
leaving
schedule in the
town?
back's gone.
Surely it says in the article about the party.
Well,
where
No, he ate
going.
he ate the article about Shirley.
See, here's the thing. Look. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I know somebody, so we can take care of that real quick.
You using
I'll
that?
use the quirk. Know
Okay.
somebody.
Who do you know?
I know a bunny. They
Specific-
can give us
Bobby?
information.
You get
It's-
to give me specifics. What?
Okay,
what
look,
Do they
so-
do?
so-
what is their role?
so the bunny is the pastor of the local parish. and whether you want
Saint
pastor or cleric.
Samfire's Sepulchre. Saint Samfire's Sepulchre.
Oh, good lord! How are we going to pronounce? How do you spell that?
Yep. SAMPHIRE. SEPLUCHER.
Did you just spell
Sepulchre, yeah.
sepulcher?
Mhm.
I've written that word 500 times while writing this game.
Look at you.
Empire secular. Whatever.
So
The
where is the
SSS.
dead
Wait, that
people?
doesn't sound good either.
It's the Sampy.
Sampy. I know Sampire, and well, he's a good man. I mean, obviously, he's a man of the cloth and all, but because everybody's gonna come in there with confessions and such, you probably can find out who's the gambling type and who's hoping to win big to pay up some coffers for the donations for the local parish. That's
Right.
my suggestion.
The person you're going to know is Sister Salicornia.
Sisters.
Okay, what kind of food is that?
That's a great question. I think it is.
Is it a meat?
No, it's a vegetable. I believe they grow in the ocean.
Never too
Salicornia.
many
Sister
food stuff.
Salicornia.
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
Is it?
Are you familiar?
Yeah,
For real?
yeah,
Okay.
you can eat that.
Mm.
Good. It's refreshing, salty, of course, because it's in the ocean. But
I feel like
Yeah.
you're making this up.
honest to goodness, no.
You're not believing anything we tell her tonight.
It's called sea asparagus.
Cool.
Never heard of it, but that's okay.
Well,
Sounds spurious.
how
All
close
right.
to the ocean do you live?
So
That's what
Willie,
you do.
Willie the kid,
6 hours away. Yeah. Anyways.
Willie the kid's going to go to Saint Samfire's Sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody joining him?
I feel like you only need one person to ask a guy about confessions. But
There's such
Do you
thing
feel
as
like you-
getting cards for assisting, but that's up to you.
That's
oh,
true.
I want cards.
So you should probably go with somebody.
You can either go with your husband, go that direction over there to the train station, or you can go over to the parish.
Since I'm so honest, I would love to assist you at the sepulcher. It's not a parish, it's a sepulcher.
Mhm.
So just where
It's
the
a
dead people
sepulcher.
are. Okay.
Well, I mean, what else are you gonna do with them? You got to put them somewhere, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Billy, you don't mind if I tag along, do you?
Well, it's Willie, and I don't mind at all.
Oh, dang it.
Trust me, I'm gonna be getting names all messed up tonight, so it's all.
All
There's
right.
a lot of alliteration in Mechanical Corners. Hope you're
Yeah,
prepared.
I'm gonna try my best not to slaughter all the stuff, so you're good.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And Salicornia is the thing.
Sister Salicornia.
Got you. Well, I knew sister. I just
Yeah.
Salicornia is the word I'm trying to memorize.
A
It's a cool word I've never
supplicant
heard.
of Saint Samfire.
Ugh.
Supplicant?
A supplicant of saints.
I know you don't have time for this, but Saint
Sepulchre.
Samfire's Sepulchre contains a relic called Saint Samfire's Sapphire that is very valuable. But that's a
Oh.
heist for another time.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Or is it?
There's a sapphire at the sepulcher? Is that what
Of
you
course
just said?
there is. Yeah.
Yeah, because of more S's.
I
You see, these two
immediately
are
want
going
that
on
thing.
a side heist,
That
side
is
quest.
That is
now.
a whole heist of its own.
But what if we?
What if we roll good enough and we're bold enough that we can get Sister Salicornia
You
to help
can-
us out with that?
You can certainly try.
He's not gonna let us, guys.
I know he's not, but
It might be pretty difficult, but you can try.
Where is it in the sepulcher?
Well, you're gonna have to go to the sepulcher and find out.
we
We're
got to find out
currently
information
finding
about
information out on one heist.
Okay.
Stay on target.
When did? Okay, sorry.
I
go
mean,
on.
you're not coming with me, AJ, so we can't stay on target. Sorry, we're gonna get sidetracked. We're gonna get sidetracked at Saints.
Sidetracked at Saint Sapphire Sepulcher.
Sapphire
Oh,
Sepulcher,
chaos,
looking
the
for the
chalice of the
sapphire,
powers.
and maybe Sister Salicornius could help us secure the salacious. I'm losing it. Treasure.
Yes. Maybe then you'll find Saint Samphire's scepter. All right. Willie the Kid and Jack head across town to Saint Samphire's sepulcher. The sepulcher itself is a small stone, like chamber, which is has these iron bars, this iron gate in front of it with a very, very large lock. And built next to it is a big church with a statue of Saint Samphire. It's this grassy, like seaweed person. And you see the lights on inside. I think it is nighttime now.
Mhm.
That makes it harder.
Snow is coming down, and you can hear the sound of a chorus inside the church building. Seaweed, seaweed, seaweed. All of the words that they are saying begin with S.
Wait, how close are we to the holiday that is equivalent to Christmas in this world?
As
Saturnalia?
close as you want.
Is it like Christmas Eve?
I think tomorrow is what would the world's equivalent of Christmas? What is a food that sounds like Christmas?
Hmm.
Disney has a wassaila, but you probably can't steal that.
I mean,
Think
think of Christmas foods that people typically have. It would be what? Ham. It would be. I think a specific Christmas food or mistletoe. You could do. No, that's not mistletoe. That would be New Year's.
Crispness, because of like, there are foods called crisps.
yes.
I mean,
crispness.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Crispness.
Tomorrow is
Christmas.
Christmas Eve. It is the celebration of all things crisp.
She deserves a card for that.
Yeah, you can have a card for that.
Yay, how do
That's
I do
great.
that?
I will give it to you.
Cool.
Crispness.
Crispness. Merry Christmas. And happy holidays.
There it is.
That is how we have to sign off. I need to remember that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so you hear the chorus coming from inside. Doc Hollandaise definitely planned this this event as a Christmas Eve card game. So yeah, there are like candles lit on the inside, and as you go in, you see. I think people are practicing for whatever's going to happen tomorrow night.
Wait, so today is the eve, and tomorrow
Eve
is
of
the-
Eve.
Oh, okay.
The event itself it happens on happens tomorrow evening
Okay. On-
Crispness Eve.
on Christmas.
Christmas Eve. We're just doing Eve Eve.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Christmas Eve is for planning.
Mhm.
Christmas Eve is for heisting.
I love this so much.
All right, so come on, let's
Yeah,
go on inside. I mean, it's obviously not going to be locked people inside right now, so that makes things a lot easier for us. Opens
And
the
as
door.
you-
Ladies first.
As you head inside, you see Sister Salicornia seated in the pews in the back.
Okay. So she's just sitting down, or is she participating?
She's just sitting there. I think she's got a a book open in her lap.
Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I had to look up what Salicornia looks like just because. Okay, moving on.
Just like grassy, beanie,
Yeah.
ocean things.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
I think she's just got like a massive grassy stuff coming out of a habit.
okay. That sounds good. All right, so all right, so there she is over there. That right pew over there in the back. Let's go and mosey on over and say
And what?
mosey on over and say hello.
Say hello. Thank you. Yes. Of course.
Hello or howdy. Say it howdy. Sorry, I apologize for getting that northern talk in there.
The two of you sidle into the pew next to Sister Salicornia. She says, "Salutations, son."
Evening, madam.
Salutations.
Pleasant Crispinus Eve, is it not?
It is. It is a sweet and wonderful eve of Christmas. With all the singing going on in here. Switching other languages or accents.
That's okay.
So what do we out of character, what are we trying to get information wise? Crap. What information do we need? Like really need guys.
Why
So
are
I
we?
said confessions, and I said we can get information from people who are gamblers. We're wanting to know the pot. What are we wanting to know? Like how much they're.
That would be good. Wait, no.
I guess it's me and mine and your scene. So let's figure this out.
So should we just be asking her who those gamblers are?
Well, you know at least two of them.
Yeah, you
Or
already
three
know two of them. Yeah,
including,
because
the
Bob.
Hollandaise.
I meant to go talk to them. I feel like a church person's not gonna like tell us all the details of a.
Look, I cashed in my quirk. Stop pooping on my quirk.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
This quirk's supposed to help us out because it's a know somebody to automatically have a contact relative to crew's current needs.
Yeah, so
this
this
person,
is not just
she's
a
gonna
person
know.
you know. This is a contact.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not as nice as she said.
No, she is. Okay. All right. We can just make her evil. That's fine. I have no problem with this.
I'm gonna take your lead. I clearly don't know what. Go for it.
No,
Talk to her.
Out of character, you're looking
Mhm.
for contacts on the train who is feeling guilty about so
The gambling.
you go think gambling, who's doing it, who needs to win, so they're praying for a miracle. You got people that
Okay.
are looking for tax write-offs, so they're going to be making donations to
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's kind of my rambling that kind of encompassed all of that. Yeah. So
It could be somebody you could.
or maybe
I
someone
guess,
was
Mark, I
sick
need to
and
know:
so
are we
you're looking
limited
for
to
an in.
getting one piece of info, or can we kind of push for a couple pieces of info?
Oh, you can definitely push for a couple of pieces of information.
Okay.
If there's somebody who works on the train who like felt bad about something they did, you can have a piece of blackmail or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Ways
right.
to get in.
All right. So
ways to get in. Yes, that's
so
what
he
we
just
need.
I kind of
He
wanted
nods.
her to like be the way in, but I didn't
Oh.
mean to interrupt you, Chris.
the sister.
Yeah,
I don't think
You
the
want-
sister-
she's like a bookie on the side.
Hey, let's see what she says. We'll go from there about it.
All right.
You know. So, you know what? Yeah, I already know what I'm gonna go with this. So, he's not. He could be clever. He could be bold. I haven't decided yet. Okay. So he's like, "Well, sister, me and my friend here are just. Well, we heard about this thing that Doc Hollandaise is doing in a couple of days. That gambling.
Doc Hollandaise.
Mm-hmm. Has he been in?
Oh no, he never comes in here. He should though, from what I hear about him.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, I'm sure that he's collected quite a rabble of people that are looking to play his game, whatnot. You wouldn't happen to know of anybody that is kind of getting cold feet about entering into such a scandalous enterprise.
Time.
You must be talking about. I'm losing my accent too. You must be talking about Butch Cassowary.
Oh no.
From what
Butch
I heard,
Cassowary.
not to spread gossip, but
Oh,
from what I
heavens
heard,
forbid.
he put quite a sum into the pot and is now feeling regret.
Think there's any way he can atone for that, man?
A generous donation to Saint Samphire's sepulchre, I'm sure, would be atonement enough. His presence in our congregation would take him a long way, I'm sure.
I see. Yeah, I think I agree with you, sister. And you wouldn't happen to know of gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. My brain is just of how do I want to put this? I mean, we know a lot of people do a lot of things to make ends meet, you know, and they don't rely on the good saint. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about anybody in some dire straits there that, in addition to Butch, obviously, that might need a little encouragement to step away from such a thing?
Well, I wouldn't want to gossip. I think I need a
Oh
roll.
no. Oh, need me to roll?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm going to roll clever.
Okay.
Don't forget you can ask to assist.
Yeah.
If
How
you
do you
was-
can.
do so? What do you say to assist?
Sorry, I was just mentally trying to understand. Didn't his good roll mean that he was going to get something good from her without having to roll again?
Well, he got Butch Cassowary.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, that's a good piece of information. Now I'm pushing for more. So now I'm
Yep.
okay. I forgot already.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay.
What-
I'm also trying to keep track of the.
What's the last thing you asked her that we're working
So
on?
I basically asked in a roundabout way of, hey, is basically working the gig or that's having second thoughts about that as well, you know, needs to be encouraged to do the right thing and not, you know, help, you know, bartend this or, you know, be a busboy or whatever to facilitate Doc Hollandaise's, you know, scandalous gambling party, in a sense.
That would help us.
Well, so we've got Butch,
As an
who's
in,
got
maybe.
yeah, so we got Butch, who's a gambler who we could get in with, or possibly, if that's what I'm understanding for Butch. And then we also could have another in for somebody else who's not going to be gambling that wants to get in as help, you know, because we have a minion on a group that could easily slip in and be like, oh, my job is to serve coffee or whatever, because I'm a can of beans.
Oh, to
Ta-da.
take the place of someone that doesn't want to do it anymore.
Or blackmail
Really?
them so that we can get in or whatever. We've got lots of
Okay.
options. We're not great people.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm slow to get all the heisty stuff.
So what would Jack say to help out with this suggestion of getting a little bit more information, telling you two about somebody who might have some regrets about being in with these.
Yeah.
Not.
And
so
I'm leaning
great
in with the
people.
clever side of this, so my role will be the clever.
That makes sense.
Does she think we're good or not so good?
You're a
She thinks
thief. You tell
everybody's
me.
I just didn't know if she knew. I'm so confused.
You're new to town. She probably doesn't know you very well.
You don't have to help.
You don't have to help. It's okay. You don't need the maze.
So,
card.
yeah, so look at your cards.
You
Or
don't
look at
have
your
to win.
roles you've got at the top there. You've got bold, careful, clever, practical, sturdy, and swift. If you feel that you want to get a card for helping me, then think of any of those, you know, adjectives and think of how you could play into what I just said to kind of encourage her. Because she said, well, I don't want to gossip. But she's used that once already as an excuse.
And she did
so-
gossip. Yeah.
So you can nudge her like a good, pious woman. Well, it's not really gossip. You're just trying to help us out so we can help someone else. Or however you
can I
want to
just-
angle it.
Can I use
They know how to help
careful?
themselves.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't actually have to pick any of those or even roll. You can just say
Oh.
what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm still confused, but I'll just say something.
Yeah, just
Um,
what do you say to loosen things up to get her to talk a little bit more?
Well, I certainly understand not wanting to cast aspersions on people. That is mighty admirable. Um, so, are there just maybe some people that could use a little help if we look at this from a philanthropic point of view?
All right, that gets Willie an extra die on his roll.
Is it a die 6 or die 4?
6.
Yeah, mine are 6s. I didn't know if hers was a
Yeah,
4
no,
or
it's
not.
still a
Okay.
6.
Okay, so that's rolling 5 for clever then. So let's do that.
Like
And
the
I didn't
Jack
tell
is
you how
using
hard
those
it was.
those $2 words.
Yeah, that's,
Not gonna
that
remember
$2
topic.
word really helped.
I'm going to say that your target number was 3. I'm not looking
Okay.
at what you actually
I've got
rolled.
a 4, a 3, and a 5, and then the others are 2.
Perfect. So that is a good success. You succeed, and something good comes out of it.
Okay.
So she's going to give you a contact. She says, "Well, poor Pumpkin, that small minion. He's looking for a way out, but he's gotten in with the wrong crowd. At first, he was working for. I don't know if you know Linguini, but he's not the best sort around here. And then he went off to work for some mysterious newcomer in town, and now he's working on this train. He's going to be working whatever is going on there, whatever mess that Doc Hollandaise has put together for tomorrow. He would do anything to get out of the business."
Mr. Linguini, you said?
That was his first employer, yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
And then you said there was a mysterious one, and now that he's done whatever happened there, then now he's up in being on this train and doing whatever Mr. Hollandaise.
Wrapped up in whatever it is that Mr. Hollandaise does. I'm still not sure what his actual employment is. You get something extra out of this. It's like you rolled an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Any ideas?
Oh, I get to cash it in. Well, Crystal, do you have any ideas for the advantage? What we could do? If its
Any
answer is
more-
no,
any
then
more
say
info?
no. But I'm just trying
No,
to. I'm
I'm just
letting
really-
you play. I want you to play with me.
appreciate that. I have a really hard time keeping track of like what the narrative is and how the things go together. I'm sorry.
Before we go into the next scene, I'll recap all the information that you've gotten.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. So, okay, so we can use an advantage on because the gossip, right? She's gossiping. She's telling us about people. We could lean into that a little bit more.
How about she just has a slip of the tongue and like mentions like something that's on her mind that somebody, I don't know, frustrated her and she was like, oh, so and so or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to. How can we make that work for us? That's what I'm trying to think of.
Okay.
Like what other thing do we need to figure? Because we're still gathering information, right?
Right.
So slip of the tongue is cool. I like that idea. But where do we want to push it? Do we want to push it? What will gosh, I've already forgotten your
Figures out an
character's
idea.
name. Sarsaparilla. What will Sarsaparilla not be able to figure out at the train station that we need to be able to give them information on?
Could the
Um,
sister
Rose
have a
idea.
job for Pumpkin? Just hasn't gotten them to come work for the sepulcher yet.
Wait, what was that?
The sister has a job that Pumpkin can do here.
Oh, okay. So we'll actually have a way to get him to drop and go. Okay, gotcha. Yes, I like that. Let's go that route. It gives us an in, and even more of an in, like a solid in.
Yeah.
Pumpkin, not just, oh no, I don't want to do this, but hey, look, buddy, if you leave now, you've got a job.
Right.
Oh, that's
Pumpkin
good.
has a position here, if he ever decided to take it, passing out presents tomorrow night even.
Pumpkin passing out presents. That is a great position for him.
It would be quite
So
pleasant.
generous.
Mm-hmm. It's not preposterous at all.
Mighty generous.
No, keep
Always
going with the
helping
peas.
people. Sister, I can tell you are always helping people. That is just so nice. Bless your heart.
And that's the good bless your heart.
It is a calling. Well,
Now,
if
can
there-
you tell us where the donation box is?
Yes, if you'd like to make a donation, there's one at the furthest exit,
Thank you
up
so
in
much.
the front.
Okay. Up in the front, of course. Do you have anything you wanted to add or talk to her about before we go?
Oh,
Okay.
You sure?
That's fine.
Okay. So,
I was gonna try to find out something about the sapphire just to bug Mark, but I won't.
oh,
Leia.
is the sapphire like up on this big pedestal in the very front of the church? That we
Yeah,
can
I
see
think
it?
it is like embedded in a statue up in the front.
Oh,
I'd
that is
ask.
hard.
Go ahead and
It is-
ask.
It's quite large.
How large?
Stupendously large.
Ostrich egg.
Okay.
Oh, of course. And it looks like an egg too, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I knew you had to work that in somewhere.
Mhm.
Sequel.
Yeah. All right. If there is
So-
nothing else that you want to do, I think Willie. Yep.
Yeah, I'll end my. I want to tell you what I'm going to end with the thing.
Sure.
then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, if there is nothing else, yeah, then we're going to go ahead and leave, and we will go up to the donation. Willie's going to get up, make a show of it, and go up to the donation box, obviously, then throw in a few coins, make sure they rattle around before in the donation box before he
Give
slips
him an
out
extra
back.
spin.
Yep, just a little extra spin there,
Mhm.
and then just heads on out.
And Jack.
Jack's just gonna be singing real obviously and right along because it's a jolly tune. Show her Christmas spirit.
Oh,
Oh, the puppy.
And the two of you leave this large building, and our camera goes up into the deep blue sky where the snow is falling and travels across town to the tracks.
now before we get to that, mechanics wise, because I
Yes.
use clever, I have to check the fatigue bar,
You
correct?
do, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
And that resets every scene. So once we get to the next scene,
No, that's not a big deal.
Uncheck.
But if I want to go that route again, I'd have to use practical at some point and then
That's
go
correct.
back. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Can we take a 5-minute break before we get to the next?
Certainly.
That sounds
okay.
beautiful.
You do have to recap everything we just.
Oh, I absolutely. All right. Our camera zooms over mechanical corners, over buildings and factories, over the Bacon Ham Palace and Wellington Zeppelins, and down past the Bridge District to the tracks, and over to the wrong side of those tracks, where we see Sarsaparilla and Mr. Beans. What is your plan here? Where are you going? What are you doing?
All right, Mr. Beans. We've got to
Okay.
get in.
Yep.
We need to figure out a few things. Here's what
Yes,
I'm
we do.
thinking. We need to figure out when they're loading the pot onto the train.
Yep.
We want to know what car that's going to be in, where it's kept. Make sure we
Yep.
know where the cash is kept. And this just doesn't have to be me. You know, if you got any
Oh,
ideas,
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Beans, you know,
Well,
just
yeah. Well, we need to know who's running the whole machine.
yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yep. Arrival and departure. So the train's got to come in, it's got to get loaded, then it's got to leave, and then destination.
Yeah.
Got to figure out who's catering it.
Mm-hmm.
That way, we know what we're supposed to be eating and what we're not supposed to be eating, and who we're supposed to be eating. And
It's never who, Mr. Beans. We've talked about this.
Now we're starting to see some quirks there.
sorry, I got a dented can. If you,
It's a little case of botulism. It's okay.
My thinking is, we can get all that from what is it called? The conductor's office. They've got the train schedule. I got all that clipboard. We need to get a clipboard.
I
Make it official.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Arrival, departure, loading, offloading. Who's funding it? What the pod is, and what's security, and who's covering that?
Yeah. Security. That was the other one. That's
Yeah.
So I
Hey,
imagine
Crystal, they don't remember as much as we don't remember.
I imagine anybody who's organized in any particular way will have that just all on a ledger somewhere.
On a clipboard, the
all-
magic
yeah.
clipboard.
All of the information.
I
that
mean,
you
the
could
trains-
possibly need.
The trains don't just run on time on their own. You got to know all the stuff. So, I think we're gonna head to the conductor's office, Mr. Beans, and
All right.
Yes.
maybe follow my lead. Places like this,
Absolutely.
you just walk in like you own the place.
I usually walk in like I work at this place. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You lead into that. It'll make more sense if I, yeah.
Yeah.
So you work for me, and I work for. I mean, I own the train. Do I own the train? Maybe I own the train. I don't know.
Maybe you're.
So
a
you're almost
participant?
leaning into your inner Lockwood here. So just pick a fight. You're
You
good.
know, I could be rich.
I
Yeah.
mean, you are food stuff. You might as well.
Right.
I just need to be a little bit sassy. So,
Don't call me
All right,
Sassy
so-
Sarsaparilla for nothing.
Sarsaparilla and Mr. Beans head to the train office. I think the trains are busy. The train yard is busy this time of night. There are a lot of minions loading and unloading. There are some carriages that things are being put on, and you see them being pulled by minions off to different parts of town. The center of it all, like an island of light, you see the main office. There are gas lamps lit all around it and light coming from inside. You can see a couple people moving around inside. The snow is beginning to accumulate on the ground. It's just a light dusting at the moment, but as you walk, you leave footprints in your wake.
Root prints, but yeah.
What? Root prints.
Root
Right.
prints, yes.
Right. Got it.
Bottle rings.
No, that's the, when you,
That's what I'm scooting on the ground.
yeah.
'Cause I got root
Oh.
feet.
You have actual legs. Okay. Sorry, go on.
You get to the office. You see that you see the ticketing office. They look like they are closed right now, but there's a door that goes into a main office there as well. There are a couple of people working on the inside.
Yeah,
I'm looking
so-
at my angles.
Yeah, I'm looking at your flaws.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm looking at this door. I tried the door, see if it's locked, and just try and walk on in.
Oh, it is open.
Yeah, come on
And you
in.
walk in and you see.
Now the problem here is that there's snow and the train's got to run on time. You guys all got that? Like, it's okay. Fine, I'll take care of it.
Are you just walking in pretending you?
Boldly walking in, like
Perfect.
I need to do something here.
Great. You can roll bold. You get to remove 1d6 from your pool because you are faking it.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
You are trying to pull your foodstuff weight, but you don't have much weight to pull.
I don't.
I'm
You
You
want
pulling a can of
want to tell me
beans.
what happened?
Well, right now my brain's reeling about the fact that my bold is a 1d6 and I get to remove 1d6. So
Oh,
unless
no.
Beans is going to help me, or
Oh, I definitely want to help you. I'm pretty
mean-
good at bold, but
Can you work with sturdy or clever?
I mean, I probably could, but I wanted to go bold so that in a moment when I get to go careful, I got all the things I got.
or
All right, I think I'm hoping Mr. Beans will help me out here.
do you want to flip?
Oh,
I'll go bold.
I'm gonna
and you
I'm gonna
help me
lose
be
my
bold.
camera. That battery did not last 4 hours.
What happened?
What happened?
My camera ran out of battery.
Oh wow, yeah, you're frozen, but we can still hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Pause for technical difficulties.
No
You
need to
left the battery
pause.
on my table.
Here's
Is
the
that what you-
terrible
Oh, hey, nice
built-in
switch.
camera. Hi everyone.
It's like my camera. It's fine.
Okay,
We're all
Still better
potatoes
than
here.
so I'm gonna, as I boldly walk in, I'm going bold. I want to do
Uh-huh.
this.
Committing to this. Okay.
What's your
Uh,
signature item?
my
Can
signature
you
item
work
was
that
the
in?
bottle top,
Okay.
the bottle cap.
do
It's
you
still
work
up
that in?
here, and so I think that I want to draw everyone's attention in, and I'm just gonna pop it just a little, so that the that happens whistles a little bit too.
Oh,
So-
I love it.
It's like a clap whistle as I come in. It sounds a little bit like a train whistle.
Mhm.
Great.
So-
You get 2 extra dice for that.
Okay.
And
Which means you have
then,
2 dice.
Do I hear
Mr. Beans.
Mr. Beans
yeah.
helping out?
Yeah. He'll come in and start knocking around things and, making things look like they're out of disorder. Then he's putting them in order.
Great.
I'm sorry, I'm just
you-
picturing Mr. Beans like coming in and knocking all the things off of a desk and being like, "This place is
Look at this
just
place.
a huge mess. How do these trains ever run on time?" All right. What were you telling me, Mark?
This is an average roll. You need 3 successes.
Okay.
no.
So all 3 of these
Or
dice,
You need 3 or higher.
three or higher, 3 times.
At least 1.
At least one that's 3 or higher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it's an average roll. I don't need more successes.
Right.
Okay.
You could, if you got more successes, it would be better for you.
Of
But
course.
If you got 1, you will still succeed.
Okay. Because that means that I previously succeeded in a roll if we only need 1 success on the number.
Yeah,
That's
you just
given.
tell me how many successes you get, and then
Okay. All right. Forgot how to play this game and lost out on all that treasure before, but here we go.
swept away.
Okay, I have a 6, a 3, and a 1, which by my count is 2 successes.
That is 2. You succeed. Flat success. Nothing special. Nothing bad. So you barge in like you own the place,
Mhm.
and you get looks from the 2 people working. a beignet, and a minion that has sort of a cookie head, a Madeline.
Like a cake.
Yeah, cookie cake thing.
Mrs.
And the beignet turns toward you. Oh, we didn't. What does a French accent sound like?
That's pretty good.
Oh,
we did not
oui, oui.
expect a inspection at this time of night.
Typical.
That's when you get inspected. Dog Holiday's got a major event going on tomorrow, and it's snowing. You got to tell me you're prepared for this. Where's the
tracks
plan?
are fine. This snow is barely falling.
Barely falling, like that pile of ledgers over there.
Those were in order.
They don't look in
Control
order.
your minion.
My minion. What about? Well, look, Doc Hollandaise. I know his name because he asked me to personally come down here and make sure that everything is ready to go for tomorrow's event. I don't know what kind of two-curd operation you're running around here, but where I come from, things are organized, they're listed, and they're prepared. So when an inspector comes like me, you can just hand it right over.
Everything is organized. Just look at this clipboard.
Thank you.
All the information is on the clipboard.
Some of the information is on the clipboard. You only succeeded. You did not
Mhm.
get anything special. So you see the departure time. You see the train number. You see that it is scheduled to have the event and passengers and cargo. You see that it is going to its first stop is in Brussels.
You should get a card for the two-curd thing.
Oh, absolutely. Andrew gets a card.
Yes.
How do we see how many cards people have?
On
In the
our
game?
Roll20 game table, you will see that you have 2 and everyone else has 1.
You might want to
Well,
look at
that's
your
what
cards if you haven't looked at
that
them.
number is.
Yes, you can also click on your cards and view them,
That would.
but don't show them to anyone else.
How would you?
You can
Yeah.
pass them around.
There are buttons you can
Digitally?
click. Don't click any of those buttons.
Yeah, there are buttons you can click. Don't click them.
You can
If I
pass
just
them
click
over
on
to
the
his
number
card.
2, I just
Yeah.
see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why is there an option to steal a card?
Ooh. Do tell.
Hey now.
Because I didn't see an option to turn that off.
Okay. I will not
don't
select
see
his
that.
card then.
Hey, I
Can-
just got
can we-
that.
Can we make a new thing? Can we steal cards?
No.
Not right. Not with this rule set.
You run one
there are
heist
card
game.
stealing. Yeah.
And suddenly Crystal wants to steal everything.
Yep. This is her murder hobo phase.
I'm really bummed that I missed Chaos's suggestion to steal the donation box.
I am very surprised that neither of you did.
Huh?
I was just confused.
It was
whole
in the
time.
front of everyone. It's kind of hard to do that when we're closing out a scene.
How are you gonna?
Ball.
Jacques Beignet is
Jacques
standing,
Benet.
sort of at attention, waiting for you to give the clipboard back. What is Mr. Beans doing?
Mr. Beans is rifling. So part of him making a mess is him being able to look through the mess and find other things that he is looking for.
What in particular are you looking for?
So we are looking for.
No, what are you looking for right now?
Oh, right now he's looking for the list of things that are being loaded and offloaded. So the what do you call the list of
Manifest.
the manifest?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. What do you want to roll to try and get the manifest?
I think we're gonna go with bold.
All right. I'm going to say that this one is average because there's a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
there's not a ton of stuff, and you kind of made a mess.
Yeah.
Can you use your signature item? And
Can I assist?
Can Sarsaparilla help this in any way?
Let's see. I have a oversized can opener, so
Can you use that?
absolutely he
You
can.
can bash somebody over the head with it.
One of the things about having it's like in Baywatch, the life ring or the flotation device. That
Oh,
they have,
gosh.
they always
Yep,
have it.
Mhm.
One of the things that you have is the ability is to wrap things up in it and drag them around, or also be able to palm things on the underside and take them away. So, one
not only are you
is-
trying to find it, you are trying to steal it.
yes,
Okay. I will
And-
allow you to use that item.
Can I assist you there, Mr. Beans?
How you
Use
want to assist?
Well, I've got the clipboard and Jacques' attention.
Your distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so
I'm
your minion is rampaging around.
yeah. I mean, I'm like, this is kind of in order, and Mr. Beans, clean all this up and tapping the clipboard. Maybe even since we're going bold in both of these, I'm probably like tapping it on Beignet's head a little bit. I'm just like, this is the kind of information I want to see. Just hard enough that he's got to close his eyes.
Okay. Are you
You
sure
saw
you
a
want to
meteor
use
shower?
bold?
That's not my choice.
Hey, there's a meteor shower going on in Oregon right now.
I
Are you,
think it's going
thoroughly
on.
frozen?
Toes.
Your toes are currently frozen.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did they see some?
Did you see some?
Live on the
wow.
internet.
That's cool.
That's so cool. I'm happy for them, whoever it is.
Yeah, and for it to be actually clear on the southern Oregon coast at night is
Right?
all the clouds were coming in. Yeah.
The Geminids are one of the brightest of the year.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Oh, that messed up my eyes. Oh,
Thank you for the information. I could do.
I just see that your machine operator might come into play if you wanted to use that quirk.
Oh, if you are trespassing and you roll careful, practical, or sturdy to convince someone that you aren't, decrease the difficulty
Oh, I guess
by
you're
2
not
levels.
convincing anybody. That would have been
Yeah.
useful before.
Yeah.
All right, so you're using bold. You get your 2 extra dice for your can opener.
Yep.
And Sarsaparilla is trying to keep the attention of Jacques Beignet and his minion, Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you get an extra die for Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla
And I
is
want
playing- is
3s or
playing
better.
the long game here, and Sarsaparilla gets another card.
3 or better, correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 or better.
1, 2, 3.
3. You succeed. This is a good success. Succeed and something good comes out of it. So
All right.
you find the manifest. You find that this particular train is shipping some dry goods, maybe some of James Yellowstone's grains to Brussels.
Gotta get that corn.
Yep. Gotta love the corn. And you also see that there's a delivery scheduled for the morning from the Black Plum Stagecoach Company, which you would know is the armored coach that is going to have cash. It's going to be filled with curds.
I'm making notes.
I remember
What's the
reading
name of
so
that
much.
stagecoach?
The Black Plum Stagecoach.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very nice.
Can't remember anything I read about it, and I remember thinking so hard about that thing when I was reading the manual.
Do you have an idea for your good success?
Andrew, do you got any ideas?
Mm. There should be some names on that there manifest, like the security assigned from
That's
Black
what I was thinking too.
Plum or
Okay, perfect.
If is Black Plum going to be running security for Doc Hollandaise?
Yeah,
on
you
the-
see that it's Rosa and Green Gauge Pitts.
That's right.
Are those olives? Or no, those are plums.
They're plums.
They're plums. Duh.
Yep.
All right. I'm making notes.
Is there anything else you would like to do at the train station?
Do we need an inspection of the? Do we need a walkthrough?
Absolutely, we need a walkthrough.
You're gonna have to convince these people that you need a walk through.
Hey, we need a walkthrough.
Roll it.
All right.
It's only practical that we have a walkthrough, right?
It's only
Are you
practical that
being
we have a
careful about
walkthrough.
it?
What would you like to roll?
I would like to roll careful.
Okay.
Can't be too careful. Things look in order here, but you got to get eyes on it. You know.
Eyes on it. Not on
So
all this stuff, this disorder stuff. But
So you
eyes
just-
on it.
get me the key.
Get 'em
I'll
the
walk
key.
the train. We'll bring it
We'll
back.
walk the train, and we'll bring it back.
All right.
That sounds like AJ's assisting.
I guess I'll accept that.
Will you accept it?
I will accept
You don't
it.
have to accept it.
I don't have to, but I did
have
like
to.
that, so I'm gonna hamper my end game a little bit and let AJ help me out.
All right, that's an extra die from AJ. I don't think you can use your well. You already used your bottle cap.
I did
so
use my
that's
bottle
done.
cap.
All right, so you were rolling 6 dice,
I am rolling 6 dice.
and you need a you need a 3 or higher.
3 or higher.
You've been so far. You've been successful here. They're not really suspecting anything, but
Mhm.
this is a little irregular.
I have 3 that are 3 or higher.
Hang it. Okay. Well, they're gonna just let you do it then, and they give you the key,
Uh-huh.
and
Not bringing that back.
Jacques Crepe says, "This is highly irregular," and hands you the key, and says, "We will need that back as soon as possible."
Of course, of course. You know, Doc Hollandaise is a eccentric guy. Like, I'm waving the key, which I'm assuming is on some kind of like handle or lanyard or something like that, like a bathroom
That's
pass.
big wooden,
Yeah.
like a big wooden brick.
Yeah. Just waving it back over my shoulder as I leave.
And you got a good success, so you get to add something.
Can I keep this key?
That can be your good success, yeah. They are not going to come after you. Okay. You head off to the train, and I think that is where we will end the first scene, and we'll go into planning.
Mhm.
You head into the train, and you bring information about the layout and where certain cars are located and where you think the event itself is going to happen back to your hideout. What does your hideout look like, and where is it?
Ooh.
Every thief's got to have a hideout.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we definitely should have a hideout.
Something by the docks.
Sure, by the submersible docks under the bridge district.
Literally under the bridge.
Yeah, it is literally under the bridge.
Okay.
So what does it look like? How do you keep it secret?
I think it's secret
I'm
because
already
nobody
throwing
else
my
wants to
being
be
under the
there.
dock, so, huh?
I think it's secret because nobody else wants to be there. Since we're relatively new to town this last month, I think we found some kind of like abandoned. There
A shack that's all smelly,
we go.
or whatever you were gonna say. Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
Can the smelly shack be the entrance? So
For
you have to
what?
go into the smelly shack to get to the spiral staircase that goes down that we're going to use for the submergible, the submarines.
hmm
But
There's,
And so
oh, that's
down
right. I
there-
guess there are submarines in this.
and so down there you have an old maintenance.
What if it's an
Server
old
room?
submarine?
Yeah. I think that's how we got here.
Okay.
Who
Great.
drove it, or whatever?
I'm food stuff, so I'm clearly the captain.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
I
Is,
know how to
is
run
there
things.
like a minion that has been like driving this submarine for so long that it's basically rusted to it?
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
Of course there is.
Like
What's-
barnacle guy.
What's his name? Or her name?
Betty the Barnacle.
I mean, is it Barnacle? Barney?
Barney
Barney the
the
Barnacle.
Barnacle.
Barney. Barney
Great.
the Barnacle.
Yeah. Barney has not moved since you got to Mechanical Corners like, at all.
Oh no.
All right. And so you bring all this information that you've got down to the last thing I need is the name of this little submarine.
Barney's Playhouse.
Barney's wow.
That's creepy.
That's creepy, but that's what they insisted on. If we were
Right.
going to be with them and they were going to drive us, it's going to be Barney's Playhouse. Yeah.
The funny thing is,
Barney. Weekend at Barney's.
you all knew that, but nobody's ever heard Barney talk.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well,
Richard brings
that's
up a good point or question.
awkward.
What?
I said Richard brings up a good question.
here's the question. Read it to us.
Is Barney dead?
Is he dead?
There's
Weekend
really
at
no way to tell.
he's wearing shades.
Oh no. Well, it's weekend at Barney's, so you know.
Oh boy.
That's exactly
There it is.
Yep. That's it.
Information that you have. Doc Hollandaise is having a party on top inside a train that is going from Mechanical Corners to Brussels tomorrow night, Christmas Eve. At this party, there will be a bit of gambling. There's going to be a table set up for Doc Hollandaise and his special guests, which include James Yellowstone, Prime Wellington, and Butch Cassowary. Butch Cassowary is having cold feet about having put in a large sum of money into the pot. You know that a minion named Pumpkin is scheduled to be working the event. Pumpkin has led a life of crime and wants to get out, and has a spot at Saint Samphire's Sepulchre if you can convince them to take it. Pumpkin passing out presents on Christmas Eve. You have the layout of the train. Know that
Mhm.
the last few cars are going to be carrying some grain, probably James Yellowstone's shipment. The next couple cars will have regular passengers, and the next will have the party. In front
Like
of those
caboose?
cars, there's no caboose. In front of the party cars, there will be the standard like coal car and engine. The Black Plum stage company is bringing the pot, which you don't know the value of, but you know is quite large, to the train tomorrow morning. And 2 of Black Plum's plums are going to be doing guard duty. And their names were Green Gage and Rosa, yeah. We are in a new scene, so all of your angles reset. Any once per scene
Nice.
Quirks reset, and your signature items reset
How do the items reset? What do you mean?
because you can only use them once per scene.
Oh, okay.
And now it's
Who-
time
Okay.
to make a plan.
I just missed one detail. Did we figure out who was on security at the party?
Yeah, the two they hired the plums.
The pit.
Rosa and
they're-
Green
Okay,
Gauge.
I thought you just meant they were security like to transfer the pot, but also on the
You would
train.
assume that they're security for transferring, but you know that they are security for the actual event.
Okay, interesting. Who's securing it? Are they transferring it and then staying with the train?
That's what it would seem like.
Okay. Thank you.
We gotta
Okay.
make a plan.
We gotta make a plan.
And for the actual heist, we are going to follow the thing that Andrew set in place when Andrew play tested this game, where none of you can write down the plan, and I will write down your plan.
Wait,
And-
what?
Further away that you
So
stray
mean.
from the plan during the actual heist, the harder things get.
What?
So we can't take notes.
Do not take notes during the planning phase. It's all up here.
You know how hard
All
that
in
hurts?
your
Notes
brain.
can only get you in trouble if you're thieves. The fuzz can find notes,
Oh boy.
do
Oh.
handwriting tests, and then they've got you.
Write it on our paw. No one can find it.
You did that last
So
time.
out of
Jack.
character. we're
Remember
not
how that
supposed to
went?
take notes either.
Yeah, and you can
Gotcha.
absolutely blame Andrew for this one.
Andrew, I'm blaming you for this.
You can blame it.
Andrew,
I'll
I'm
take the
blaming you
blame
for
for
this.
it.
Season 2. Season 2, Andrew. I'm gonna make your life. Anyways,
Yeah.
okay. So
You don't even know. You don't even know what you're up against.
It's been 20 years since I went through my murder hobo phase. Dude,
love you, Andrew.
that's not true. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't either. I'd only throw
Me
AJ
either.
under the bus.
No, we'll do it together.
Yeah, we'll do it together. Yeah, you're right.
That's not true. That'd be too much editing.
So I
Yeah,
think
really
our
would.
I think our goal for this heist is to walk away with all the cash.
Yeah.
Pot, like what they're supposed
pot.
to win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a pot of curds.
Yeah.
That is the object.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll code name it Kettle for now.
Okay, the kettle.
Yeah.
Pot. Yeah.
Oh, you know
Mhm.
how hard it is not to write.
I know. I'm trying my best not to now that I've got back in the room.
20 years of gaming where I've been disciplined to write everything down.
Meticulous notes. Yep.
I'm barely learning to take notes, so this is not so much a problem.
I'm not a note taker unless it's by.
I've got things, but I don't even know what I wrote. Like,
So we're gonna need
So
access
do we need to discuss this in character?
if we
yeah.
can.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do first. Since the last scene ended, you all did a great job of being in character. I'm going to give you each a maze card.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Andrew's got 4 now.
That is
What?
true.
How did that happen?
This is not
Because he's
playing.
been assisting and doing a lot of role.
I've played this game before.
So it
And
is up
he's
to you
playing
whether
this
you would like to do this scene in character or not,
Mm.
having just received maze cards for good role play.
Gee, I think we should be in character for this mess. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that won't make it
Remember-
any more difficult to remember the plan.
We are playing Reservoir Cats.
I don't know what
That's
that means.
true.
I've never seen the movie.
You never
Already
watched
forgot
What it
what
means
Reservoir
is
Dogs?
that one of you might be the fuzz.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should look at my cards.
That's why you should look at your cards.
I forgot I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I could look at your cards.
I wish I could look at everybody's cards too, especially Andrew's because he got so many.
I just got one more than a couple of people, and
Yeah, and which means that you have statistically more of a chance to have more gears, so your ending gets through.
Unless he's not lucky and he's only getting cards with a single cog on there.
why are you
Or-
trying
Oh,
to
I didn't
steal
know
a
that was
card from my
possible, but yeah.
hand?
There is a zero.
Kay White
I
is
actually-
caught red-handed. It says hey, steal request. K White wants to steal this particular card from my hand. Will I allow this?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
It was an
No, I will
accident,
not.
I swear.
Uh-huh. I
Uh-huh.
haven't even seen that.
Uh-huh.
It says denied.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Denied. This is my card.
Um,
It was an accident.
here's the thing. I'm gonna give Crystal a card for good role play.
Oh, jeez.
Playing the thief.
Hey, wait a second.
Completely.
It was
Wait a
an
second.
accident
I
at
brought
all.
up this thing and asked about it earlier. I didn't get a card.
That was my, but did you actually try to steal it?
No.
All right. What is the plan?
The
In
plan.
character or out of character?
I don't know how to undo this. Oh, there we go.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so I have a question. In character wise, can we do any roles this scene, or is this literally?
You can. Yeah, if you can think of a role, any reason why you might have more information, you could roll on any of the particular names to find out more about the people. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Great. Awesome.
I
So
don't know
we
if
got
it's
at least like 6 NPCs at this point that you could
Yeah.
get more info on.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it's useful, but I'm confident I could convince Pumpkin to leave his post.
Oh, so am I. I definitely could convince him to leave the post by sticking the pea shooter to his head and being like, okay, look, you're going to do this. You're gonna...
I was gonna go a different route.
Oh, and what route might that be?
Just a little sweet talk and honesty, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Convince him to go the right path, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say that let's be practical and realize you have an out that you've been looking for. So just take it and leave a
So
detailed
either way, we're going
description
to
of
talk
your
to him.
job.
Now, so the question is, are we getting to get him to help us out, or are we just getting him out of the way?
What does
Let's get
getting
him out of the
pumpkin
way
out of
and
the way
someone to
get us?
Huh?
Exactly.
What does getting pumpkin out of the way get us?
Well, it gets us a spot in his position. We can say he called out sick.
Yes. What's he do?
We don't know.
Oh,
Well,
so I,
practically,
we
Well,
might
let me
need to
think back
figure that out.
Long
What would be the most
sister,
practical thing for him to have done?
sister
We-
Selicornia, and see if I can remember and recall back to that conversation when she was rambling about. I mean, when she would, yeah, not gossip, but ramble. When she was rambling about him, and see if I can remember what exactly he is doing on the head.
So we can
Even though she
also
didn't.
we can also treat this scene as a montage.
Mhm.
If we want to go between all of you coming up with the plan and then one of you executing part of the plan, like getting Pumpkin to do the thing and taking pumpkins, like in a heist movie, you know?
Okay. Like Ocean's 11, except for it's
Exactly.
Pickles 5 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah. Mhm. Ocean
Okay.
Spray 11.
Should
Oh,
stray
right.
11.
Oh, good at this. A special skill set, Mark.
So we know we want to walk away with the cash.
so
Oh,
how
absolutely. The Kurds. Mhm.
The curds, that's right.
How are we going to get the kettle off the ship? No, it's not a ship, it's a train.
Rain.
Off the train. Well,
I think it's important that the cash never really that the curds never really make it onto the train. There's a
but that's that armored carriage that's gonna be bringing it on in.
Mhm.
Problem.
So we just need here's my idea. All right, you just see if this floats down the river like you like it. There's
All
a
right.
there's a car in the back. That's the grain. So if
Mhm.
this is like any typical cash curd kettle, then we could in some way convince the pits to drop the kettle at some point, and we fish out the curds and then fill it with the grain so that they're none the wiser. And then when they make it all the way onto the train, we don't even have to worry about what's going on that way.
That would make things a lot easier.
So will we
Oh.
just like cover the top with a little of the curd so that if they turn and look, it's not Doesn't look missing.
Well, any good security worth their salt isn't gonna open up the locked chest in front of
Oh.
everybody.
Oh, they're pits. They're not
pits?
salt.
Salty pits.
Those would be olives.
Oh, yes, okay. So we're not dealing with olives here. We
I
gotta
just
get
thought
back
it
on
was
track.
an open like kettle,
Yeah.
like an open cauldron.
Well, we're just
I know,
calling it
I'm
a
thinking
kettle.
very anime.
What?
Kettle-
Everybody.
The kettle's just the code name. It's not actually a kettle.
It's a pot.
It's a pot, and the pot is kept
With
in
lock.
a.
We don't know.
More like it's gonna be more like a pressure cooker.
I
that
mean,
locks
somebody
into
should check
place,
the-
and then you have little
Yes.
locks on it and it holds it down.
Has to be a pressure cooker with the.
So look,
lock.
if it really is a pressure cooker, then we could easily put the grain in there, and if we needed the distraction, we could cook that grain and cause an explosion.
Yeah, popcorn. That's the way that this thing should end.
Yeah, it should be a big Marcus. Oh, no.
Amazing.
Burning down the house.
I for one cannot wait to see that.
I, for one, do not want to be in the blast radius of such a thing because that would be a very precarious populating position.
Pop pop.
If we do want it, an explosion. That's not that hard.
Oh no, it's not. You've done
How
that
are we gonna
before.
get away?
Just heat a little fire under it.
Well, if we disconnect that last car, then the train just keeps on going. Now we could do something at at Brussels if we wanted to wait. We could arrange for something to happen at Brussels.
Could. Might could.
So whatever we do, we have to have it done either while loading and on our way to Brussels.
Well, I think there's got to be
Yeah,
a
we
backup
get off at
plan to the
Brussels.
plan, right? So plan one is get the curds out of the kettle, fill
Before
it with
it gets to the
with corn
actual train, yeah.
as it's getting loaded on the train. And then
Mm.
if that doesn't work out for some reason, or the cash gets stored on the train, we definitely need
Mhm.
somebody on the train. I guess that's where Pumpkin comes in,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
and take Pumpkin's spot possibly on the train. Keep an eye on that
Mm.
kettle.
Yep, yep. That might work out pretty good. We don't want to have a puree situation, so okay, yeah, that'll work.
Well done.
What if we used Pumpkin? What if we got Pumpkin to stall the loading of the curds onto the train?
Hmm.
Or we take over that position and then stall. But you're saying to kind of convince the pits before they show up.
Well, I've got the key to the train, so I think that I can convince them
Oh.
pretty easily to unlock a part of it that we control and have them put
Really?
it there. That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
And then we got to have somebody on the inside because all these jobs got to have an inside
Color.
food stuff.
Mr. Beans.
Beans could do it. Anyway, you can take that kettle and get it open, swap the stuff out, and close it back up again.
And since he's the explosive expert, that would work out just fine if we wanted to set an explosion.
I do have a way of getting in and into things.
You do.
Getting in and into. Yes,
and
yes.
In and into things.
So
Okay,
what's the rest of us need to be doing? Do we need to be taking out the pits and then taking their places, or what are we thinking?
I think we let the pits be, but somebody's needs to be in the cart with Doc Hollandaise.
Which would be the person who's taken over Butch Cassary's place.
We got to get Butch to back out, though. He's guilty. He feels guilty about putting in a big old pot there, but I think he might be stuck in it. So, how are we going to get him to back out of that?
It's gonna be desperate.
Yeah, but he can't get his money back unless we promise him his money back from the
Ooh.
pot.
Well, I think you just make him a mark's what you do. What I mean by that is that someone's got to be in there at the card game, and you got to
Mhm.
make sure that Castaway's winning. Then you accuse them of cheating, and you get a whole to do. I think it'd be
I think
pretty
I can do that.
believable. And get a nice
I
little
think I can manage
distraction
that.
going.
Unless you
What?
want to try it, Jack.
No, I just somebody got mumbled there. I didn't quite catch you. We're gonna.
Sorry, it's all Barney's fault.
Why are we gonna blame him for cheating? Is it, what was that?
Got to cause a scene.
Yeah, you got to cause
Oh.
a scene.
Oh,
I've been trying to tell you, Jack. Every good heist has a scene. Gathers their attention.
But then you have to
wow.
have your own way out.
And then you got to skedaddle. So you get on the train. You swap the curds out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, maybe this scene helps us out in getting the train to stop before Brussels. Kind of off to the side. You know, we got to stop it all. And then we make a skedaddle with the
See, here's
curds.
my concern is if we're going to get the curds up before we even get on the train, then that means whoever gets the curds off gets to have the curds train. Just eyes you for a second.
Hmm.
Well, we all know Barney's not going anywhere. There's nowhere to go with it.
True. So what plan are we really going with then?
Yeah.
Well, Prime Wellington is going to be there. Does that mean they're
What?
going to be bringing their Zeppelin?
Ooh.
The miniature Zeppelin's been attached to the back
Uh-huh.
of the train.
Uh-huh.
You,
How are they going to
landed,
arrive?
you land a zeppelin at the train station? You think they have
Yeah.
parking for that?
If anybody could, he could.
You know that Prime Wellington is working on making Zeppelins larger, not smaller.
It's a micro Zeppelin.
He probably has special parking at the train station. He probably bought some just for that thing.
Jeez.
You know, he's always traveling. Then, yeah, I don't know.
Hmm?
Maybe not. Why would he
Let's see.
need a train if he has a zeppelin?
Look, if we're worried about where the curds are going after they've been swapped out by
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beans here, I'm pretty sure we're okay handing those over to Jack. He's got a nice honestness to her.
Absolutely.
Make sure that we all get our cut when it's all said and done.
I
But
can do no
I
wrong.
I was thinking
Can do
that
no
we're
wrong.
doing the pull and the pin thing on the carts. So when I was saying we're getting the curds out of the thing, I'm thinking that they're in the grain car, and so we just got to cause enough of
I
a
gotcha.
distraction.
Okay.
So when we pull the pin, we're all in the grain car and trugging down as the
Except
train
for the
goes to
person causing
Brussels.
Okay, I got you. I'm
No,
following
you got to start it and then you got to make it to the back.
Skedaddle,
No,
he
it's-
said.
Yeah.
Your call.
We want to pull the pin at Brussels. Good night, kiddo. At Brussels, and when they pull away from there, the cart will stay there. Then we can offload,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll go their merry way.
Now, one thing I know is that the fuzz tends to be within the city limits. If we could pull the pin halfway
Yep.
between here and there, then we can unload our curds in the middle and make for yonder.
Sounds
Well,
like a good
what's-
idea.
In between here and there,
It's actually a good question. What is between here and there?
who's going to pick us up?
Yeah.
Rolling
Like, is it a
fields,
vast wasteland?
mountains,
Oh.
rivers.
So we'd kind of be stuck in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of money.
That's actually a very good point.
There's worse
Um,
places to be with worse things to have.
True, but then what are we going to do about it? We do need to get a getaway in that
Yes.
regard, so
I agree.
Both.
This plane has a flaw, and that's how we get away.
we'll
Do
figure
we
it
now
out
have
later.
our montage scenes where you each do one of these things? You
Uh-huh.
get a getaway, talk to Pumpkin, talk to the plums. Is that part of this?
Tricking
version
the
of plan?
plums. Mm-hmm.
I
Got to
don't
trick
know
the
what you're
plums.
planning on doing there. And
The old
what is the
switcheroo.
fourth thing?
The fourth thing is God plant evidence that that Butch is cheating at the card game.
Oh, jeez, how are we going to do that?
You got the
Somebody was
key.
talking a lot about
Don't we
cards
not even
and
need
knowing
evidence? You
cards.
just start making a fuss.
Oh, well, we can still do it. It'd be easy. Put it under the card table, stick it to the bottom of the card table where he's sitting.
How are we
Alright.
getting on? How are we
Okay.
getting invited to this party?
Well,
I've got
somebody has a key.
Oh, we're just sneaking on or just letting ourselves in.
Look, I've been down to that train station. You just walk around like you own the place and you own the place.
Right,
They don't
we'll
really
follow
stop you.
So
You'll
you'll
have
just
the clipboard.
I have a
you'll walk
clipboard and
on
a key.
we'll just be your friends.
I
your
have my
buddies.
winning personality.
Right. All right.
And you got your honesty.
So, Mr.
We're
Beans,
just
you got
gonna
to
get a
be in the
shot in the
back
foot.
for the switcheroo. You got to be inside the train. We'll get the
Yep.
kettle to you,
Yep.
and then
This is so convoluted. I love it.
Jack, I
Alright.
think you got to get
So-
the getaway.
Who's
Who's
doing
getting the
what?
getaway? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's on
Who's
first?
doing what by when?
Why do we even have to switch what's in it if we're just taking it and unpinning the cart?
Because they're not going to leave the whole kettle in that back cart the whole time. If you want to make it, you want to make a clean getaway. You want them thinking they've got the goods when you've got the goods, in fact. And there is no way to have a popcorn celebration like we have at the end of all of our adventures
Oh, good lord.
without putting the pressure cooker full of that corn.
You want to steal the money before it gets on the train, but put it on the train anyway, so that you can have a popcorn celebration.
Look, Mr. Narrator.
I'm just trying to clarify so that
Yeah.
I can write this down so I
Yeah.
can make all your rolls harder.
If I could have written this down for you, I would have. Now, what we're doing is we're waiting for the plums to arrive at the train with the kettle. All right. I've got a key to unlock a compartment in the grain train. I'm going to convince our pit friends to slide it on in there. Mr. Beans is inside there. He's going to swap the stuff out. So it's ready to go whenever the pits come back to collect it for the winnings. I don't know what point the card game's going to be over. Then at
They're
some
gonna
point
lose it?
while the train is going down the tracks, preferably halfway between each town, we're going to pull the pin on the grain car. And that's where Jack's going to have the getaway. And they're going to have a big distraction and not realize that the grain car is even left because Butch Castaway is being accused of cheating. Now, it doesn't get more clear than that.
Does everybody agree to this plan?
So wait, now hold on just a minute. Now, are you gonna you got the key, and do you need somebody to persuade the pits to actually do something?
How are they gonna leave it? They're just gonna leave their post?
When we were walking the train, there was a little door about yay high and yay big. It's for sliding in equipment and pulling it back out. I just got to tell them, because I got the key to it, that's where the treasure's supposed to go.
So it's like they're putting it in a safe,
Yeah,
but it's not so safe.
right. That's how
Yeah,
thieving
right.
works. You
So they
convince
don't
them
even
that they're
know.
doing what they're supposed to be doing, when in fact they're giving you what you want them to be giving you.
And they're just gonna stand on like either side of that door, but we're on the back end. They don't know it's like a trip, like a secret.
If
door.
we're
mean,
all
if you-
standing
do you have a
shoulder to
better way of
shoulder,
doing
we
this?
might as well just trudge right off into prison. All right? Mr. Beans is in the grain car. You, my dear, are halfway between the cities with the getaway. Willie here, he's in the front. He's got to get into the card game somehow and convince them all that Butch Castaway is cheating.
Somehow,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not even on the train. I'm waiting for you guys to succeed.
Yeah, getting on the train is the best way to get caught.
I just missed that part.
Getting the getaway on the train. Let me
He's
clarify for
changed
my
it
friends
just a
here.
tad bit for your sensibilities.
Good move. Okay, so I'm just waiting for you guys.
You got to figure out who's
You-
driving
you
us
are
away.
getaway.
Yeah, you got to get them wheels, cart,
So we can skedaddle on
mules,
away
whatever.
from all
Yeah,
All right.
we can't all hop around on legs like those.
That's very true. Very true.
Well,
This sounds like a plan.
Is it?
Is it?
Uh,
Yep.
It sounds like some sort of plan. All right. You all stayed in character for that entire scene.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
All right.
Crystal, you are no longer in our game.
oh,
You keep dropping out occasionally.
It must be going to
Oh.
sleep.
yes. That's all. I didn't know that affected it. Am I there now?
Yep.
You
Mhm.
are, and you have all your cards. Perfect.
So many cards.
Okay. You all stayed in character the whole time. You all
Mhm.
get maze cards. Be sure to look at them
Mhm.
before our next scene starts.
Do not take them
Mhm.
from anybody else.
Do not take
So
them
losing.
or peek at anybody else's cards.
Hmm.
And if you do, be very quiet about it. Unless you want a maze card, then you might want to tell me. And we take another 2 minutes before we go into our final act,
Sounds
final
good.
scene.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
And we're back to do a heist. We took just long enough for everyone to forget the plan, I'm pretty sure.
That was my
As-
plan.
Yeah, that's probably. The
We're
cat's
good.
plan.
We're good. We got it all figured. Fine. As long as
It's,
nobody's working with fuzz.
it's Crispness Eve. The snow is falling in McChanicle Corners. The gas lamps are lit all around town as the sky is overcast and there's more snow on the horizon. The engine of the train is just beginning to smoke as a group of minions work to shovel coal and fill the coal car. The Black Plum stage company stage rolls up to the train. Who is waiting there to meet it?
I think that would be Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla makes sure to put on a pretty good performance, shuffling back and forth, looking impatient. And as he sees the kettle getting offloaded, it's just like, finally, you all took forever. All right, over here, let's go. And he walks over to the front of the grain car and puts his key in and turns it and lifts a lid.
Two large plums are holding a big Dutch oven between the two of them. You can see through the top of it, it is just filled with curds. And they've got these long black coats on, top hats on their heads, scarves wrapped around their necks. One of them is an earthy green color. The other one is a dark red.
Mm.
The green one says to you, "This isn't where we're supposed to load the what is it? The package."
You don't say. It's not supposed to go where you got it from, and it's supposed to go on the train. And there's no place secure than this. And look, it's just a nice little safe spot here. I've got the key. Dr. Hollandaise has instructed me to make sure that you guys don't put the curds where anybody can get to it. All right? And we're just being extra careful here. It's a lot of curds right there.
Doc Hollandaise and the players need to see the curds before the game.
Right, but
We're
the
supposed
game's
to take
not
this up
starting
to the front.
until you take it to the front after. All right?
What are you rolling?
Careful if I can.
Careful.
Careful.
I'd
Okay.
like to assist with careful, as in, since I'm hiding in there, I have carved out a nice area that only allows for the kettle really to sit nicely. And we moved in the hallway things that look like it's a lot tighter, so it's going to inconvenience anybody who's big to go through it. So the curtains and the doors are slightly open, so it looks like it's going to be a pain in the butt taking it more than once down this hall.
Does
More than
Sarsaparilla-
one person assist?
You can offer.
I'd like to offer my boisterous attitude as in walking up and being a distraction, be like, hey, where are we supposed to go for the card game? Totally oblivious of the situation.
And now Andrew Sarsaparilla gets to choose who assists or doesn't. And you can get rid of all assistance if you want.
Mm-hmm. I've got one question before I make my decision. I gained that key that I was using here for
You
it.
did.
It's an item. Do I get like a D6 for that?
You do get an extra die for that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say that Mark can have a card. I don't think he's gotten enough cards.
Nice.
Wave off my assistants. Stick to the
Great.
plan.
So this is you're trying to convince two security people whose sole job it is to take this thing where it belongs, and whose specialty is guarding things. Like that is written down here. This is their specialty. It's going to be 6. It's a daunting check. You've got to roll
6.
at least 1 6.
I got to roll at least 1 6. Okay.
Could have accepted the help.
Could have accepted the help.
It'll be fine.
All right. All right. Here we go. Haha. I have 1 6.
1 6.
Oh.
All the rest are
So-
1s or 2s, but 1
Well,
6.
that is a costly win. So they Rosa, the rosy colored one, says, well, if you say so, but we're going to stay here and guard it. And she leads Green Gage to put it in the spot that you've cleared, and the two of them go into this train car and sit down on a couple crates next to it.
Well, wasn't the plan, but I suppose.
Meanwhile, across town, Jack is securing transport. Where has Jack gone?
So I figured since we're going to end up in a field that it might work out if I convince some of the the farm there that was harvesting corn that I was up for a helpful job of taking the grain they were harvesting back to the silos, and then I'm just going to make off with that. So I'm going to get a little job.
You're trying to steal a tractor?
No, like a big like
horse and
almost like
buggy.
a dump truck that's going to be filled with what they've collected.
The grain
Yeah.
hauler.
I don't know.
What would they
Yeah.
have like in the late 1800s? That would be the equivalent of that. And
I mean,
what is
honestly-
pulling it? Because there are no horses in this world.
I was wondering who pulls the stagecoach myself. Who pulls
Oh,
the stage?
minions.
Okay.
They just got a couple people strapped to it, and they're just.
Okay, so maybe this plan doesn't. Um.
It would
Just
be
their
like a
job is
big,
just to pull things.
big wooden, open-topped like wagon.
Well, they have a grain cart.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a
so
big
it's
grain.
the grain
cart.
cart is basically a, like he was just about to describe. Yeah, it's a deep-bellied wagon that's just flat
Yeah.
and
That's all I meant. Not a machine.
And there's a big biscuit minion that pulls it called Seabiscuit.
So perfect, because
Okay.
horses don't exist.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, I think it's easy
procure-
enough to convince the local farmer that you are going to help them transport this midwinter grain, and I need you to roll to steal this thing without getting noticed, without the farmer coming after you with the pitchfork.
Well, what if I didn't really like they didn't see me steal it? It was a long journey from
That's
field.
the roll. Is
Okay.
them not seeing you steal it.
All right.
Do you have any quirks that can be useful for you?
You're new
But-
here. Your character, you're new in town. They don't know you yet, so I think they're keeping an eye on you.
Well, obviously, I need to be swift about it. I'm going to tell them honestly that I'm going to work hard to get that swiftly to the location, but I might take a detour that they won't even see because they left me to my own devices to get it where they want it. Right.
Rolling swift, you get 4 dice, and
Are you accepting
I don't think you can use your
assistance?
signature item, and I don't
You
think there's
don't-
anybody around to help.
And I
Well, I would argue that Sarsaparilla like coached Jack in how to best appear to own things, to take things is to act like you have them. Just saying, I'm offering assistance.
You want to take that assistance?
no.
Okay,
No, because
That's what I
she
like
would
to hear.
take the coaching from Mr. Beans on how the proper use of machinery so that you can hijack things steam powered and not have to deal with the minions.
No. See, she wants to take the advice of Willie the kid because Willie be telling her how she's the best person for this job and that she's got confidence that he believes in.
You believe in me.
or you could
Wait.
not take anybody's help.
What's the drawback to not taking help?
Mark
get a
gets a
card.
card.
Oh.
Somebody's getting a card
I
now.
already took the card, so I would only have 2 cards if you refused help.
Yeah. And then if I did accept help, does that help me or hinder me?
You get 1 die, and the person who helped you gets a card.
I'm good.
What I like to hear.
Oh, I like the way Chaos just answered. Explain it, because
You cut out.
I like the way Chaos said it in chat because that's exactly how Willie's basically saying it.
Uh-huh.
Don't believe in yourself, believe in me. Who believes in you?
Okay, and I don't
But
get
you
to
denied
use.
us all.
I don't need to do the thing where it's control. There's no upper crust controlling this,
No,
so
these
not
are
relevant.
not crusty people. They're the salt of the earth. I think they're like literally the salt of the earth.
Oh, jeez.
Literally. Okay, that's perfect.
It's the salt family. They're snails.
Oh, yes.
The irony.
There is so much irony there.
Go with the escargot French theme. Okay, so can I just roll 5? Do I get to 4 dice?
Yes, 4.
Okay.
Yep, because you refused our help.
Hold on. 1 fell. I'm just gonna re-roll because I don't know how to judge that. I didn't even look. I didn't look, so I'm not undoing anything.
It is an easy check. It's 2. You need a 2 or higher.
I've got a 6, a 4, a 2, and a 5.
Wow, you
That's
got a
three.
fantastic success.
Yay!
First of the game. So what that means is that it is like when we play Genesis, you roll the triumph. So you get to add something great, or you can take another maze card.
Definitely want a maze card.
Okay, I will give you a maze card. So what happens? You load up this cart with corn, pre-sentient corn, and get Seabiscuit, the biscuit minion, all hooked up to it. And what do you do swiftly?
Well, we've already got it all. Okay, okay. So I genuinely head off in the direction of the farm, and some point I'm just gonna kind of turn off, I guess, on a detour and be like, oh, I think I'm gonna talk to Seabiscuit, obviously, because he's a person.
It's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
I think we have plenty of time, and I heard that there was a beautiful scenic route this way. So let's go through the woods here and just lead him off on this other path that will take me to the train rendezvous point. It's only
Seabiscuit
like
says, okay.
it's only a few fields over,
It's
right?
just Gravnik's brother. It's all good.
Some quick thinking there.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything quick, but that's okay.
Well, you took the scenic route.
Yeah.
Which is a shortcut in some circumstances. All right. Back at the train, passengers are loading, have finished loading up, and the party is just about to get started. where are Sarsaparilla, Mr. Beans, and Willie?
Well, Sarsaparilla basically planted himself in front of where he had opened the little hatch for the kettle to look like he was guarding it too. But he definitely, tapped on the cart twice just so that Mr. Beans knows it's in there.
And Mr. Beans is in the green cart.
And Willie is in the party cart, talking up Butch.
Yeah. All right. So Willie is in the party cart. The train lurches hard and starts to move out of the station. The snow out of the windows begins to speed by as it picks up speed. The cart is the car is decorated with tinsels and ornaments and other crispness decorations.
Yep.
And there are a
Little
bunch of people
crackers
here.
hanging, toasted all
Yeah.
around the thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Cheese crisps.
You
Yes.
see
Eve crisps.
you see a bunch of well-to-do people from around town. You recognize JT Marmot of Marmot Steel.
Mhm.
You saw at one point Prime Wellington move forward into the next car where there is somebody like checking people before they go in.
Awesome. Okay. I'm staying away from most of those people. We're just kind of milling around. Actually, he'll strike up a conversation with Wellington.
You catch Wellington before he goes into the next
Mhm.
cart. All right.
Mr. Wellington, how are you doing today, sir?
His minion Peabody intercepts you. Excuse me, do you have an appointment with Mr. Wellington? He's a very busy hunk of beef.
Oh, I absolutely do not have an appointment with him, but I praise his, thank him very much for all that he's done for the great town that we live in.
Do I recognize that accent? What part of America are you from?
America. Oh, I'm from the Southwest.
I spent some time in the Panhandle, but can't say I've been to the Southwest myself.
Well, that's fine. Gosh, what am I going to do? I want to get in his good graces, so I'm going to. Well, let me tell you about that. Now, I know that you are such a major investor in. He does the grains, right?
He
Out of
does
character,
the Zeppelins.
He does the Zeppelins, right? Okay. You in your
Yes.
in your machinery and whatnot, and we have lots of gas down in our area there. I know a few wealthy families. Well, I wouldn't say a couple of families that are possibly on some reserves that might be interested to your organization.
Mr. Wellington, I don't think we have time for this right now. The game's it's just about to start.
Time is money.
Peabody, my boy, I've got plenty of time. This it's not often I run into people back from the home country. I'd sure like to talk to this young man here. We're on a schedule, sir.
I want to interrupt. So he's gonna be like, well, actually, I think I might have to agree with Peabody on that. I would hate to keep you away from the game. Do you happen to know if they happen to have extra seat for us? I wouldn't mind playing a couple of rounds with you. I'm sure you'd totally take me out, but I'd be happy to play with you in this wonderful little thing that Doc Hollandaise has got going on.
Peabody talks first. He looks at you and says, "The buy-in is 50,000 curds."
Okay. And
If you got the money, I'm sure there's an extra seat in the game.
who do I need to talk to about that? He looks over Peabody to Mr. Wellington. I mean, somebody who could actually do the job.
I think at this point I need a roll to get into the room.
Gosh. Okay. I'm either going bold or clever. It's one of the two. I'm going bold.
Hey,
Bold.
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 Up against Peabody. I think this is more against
Ooh.
Peabody than it is against Prime Wellington.
Okay, that's fine.
Peabody is an average check. We need 3 or higher.
Okay. How do I add dice to this thing? It only goes to 4.
It's a great question.
You.
Or I can just
Ooh,
type it, I
can tell
guess.
you?
Yeah.
So you click on
If
the.
you click the advanced dice roller.
Yeah. Dang it.
Very
Get
cool.
to it. See, there's an icon, Chris, on the left that is a D20. Click on that, and it'll bring up a table. You go scroll down all the way where it say ADV dot dice roller. That's advanced dice
Mhm.
roller. You click on that. It'll bring it up. Then
You
go
can
to
Thank
also
you.
just
advanced
very
roller.
I'm
quickly
taking your out of
type-
character assistant, but I'm not.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
that's just my snarky.
It's
Yeah.
/R space number of dice, D type of dice.
Oh yeah, or it's D and the type of dice.
Yeah.
can
I mean,
do
it
that way, too.
combines them at the end
And
of that.
don't forget about Lucky Penny.
Mhm.
If-
No, I
if this
totally
is-
understand.
Okay, cool.
What is the what kind of check you say?
You need a 3 or higher.
Okay. I've got
That is 3.
3 threes or higher, 4,
That
6, and a
tracks.
5.
That is a good success. Peabody again looks you up and down, and then looks to the minion guarding the door.
Mhm.
Stu, let this guy in. And the beef stew minion steps aside, his broth sloshing as he does so. And the door to the next train car opens. It
Much
is
obliged.
Beef Stew says, The next room is dark, lit by a light in the ceiling hanging, swinging as the train moves. You see James Yellowstone, this massive bison that's taking up a good chunk of the room. Butch Cassowary looking kind of nervous, and Dr. Perry Hollandaise, a average height asparagus covered in sauce. He's wearing a nice suit, little bow tie. He says, "Prime, we bringing a new person into the game?" And Prime Wellington says, "Yeah, this gentleman here says he's got the money, and well, he's from our part of the world, so I thought we'd give him a chance to show us what he's made of."
Willie just tips his hat. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Seat's open.
He goes and sits next to Butch.
Pumpkin, collect this gentleman's curds. Meanwhile, in the back of the train, what is Mr. Beans doing?
Mr. Beans is swimming in a vast mound of grain. He is looking at the kettle, and he is listening to the rattle that it's making, and he's going to slowly match. He's going to continue to listen to the rattling of the kettle, and he's going to start scooping and replacing out the curds.
I need a daunting check to not be noticed by the plums.
Okay.
Anybody assisting?
I very much would like to assist.
How are
I
you
can
assisting?
offer to assist.
Let's hear these offers, boys.
Yeah. So Sarsaparilla desperately wants this to work, and the plums coming into the cart wasn't part of the plan. And so as the train began to pull out of the station, he definitely saw himself into the same area around where they are. And he's got his clipboard, he's got his key, and he is doing his best to engage the plums in an active conversation. Again, drawing the attention to himself.
What are you
So-
trying to talk about?
Well, we'd be talking about things like, you know, why doesn't everybody have the same plan? You know, you write it down one place, you write it down another place, and somewhere along the lines it gets transcribed. So is this how you understood this to go? Because you gave me a lot of guff about that their Dutch oven being set down over there, but I couldn't see it going any other way. I don't know where you guys come from, what kind of security you run. What kind of security do you guys run?
Who else is offering to help? And how are you
Well-
doing so?
Willie was offering to help, and if it can help with giving advice from before, or does it need to be actively now?
This is sort of part of the plan that you talked about. So what was the advice you gave before?
Okay, so the advice that I gave before was discussing the type of type of Dutch oven that would be used to transport the curds,
Mhm.
and discussing how the fact that they are such a sturdy metal, and the fact that if it's been popped open, that you don't necessarily need to always. They're very easy to tip over, so you could always play off making a switch by the train tracks jostling a little bit much and the tension, and it tips over. So that way, then they have to like pull it back over, and they get distracted, and there can be a discussion, and then you can make the switches.
I had just taught you how to whistle earlier, and it was just the right tune. If you wanted to take that and use it.
Describe how whistling is going to
Yeah.
help me in this.
It was
Whistle
just-
while you work.
Describe this
It was
lesson of teaching
that-
Beans to
just
whistle
the
through his
right
cap.
little note to match the sound of that steam or that thing rattling. I don't know. I just thought I'd put my
Little
hat
wa-
in the ring.
A little wobble whistle.
Need you to make your choice. Do you
yeah,
want to give
thank
anybody
you.
any cards?
Thank you, Chris, for helping. I like the idea of how it coincides with what I was thinking too. I think it's very practical. Thinking.
Yes. I've been leaning on the practicality with you there. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Take the die.
All right, you need a 6. Do you have any quirks that are helping you out here?
That's what I'm looking at.
Have you already used your weapon? I mean, your item.
I haven't yet.
It's pretty oversized, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit oversized for this sort of task.
But it's a Dutch
Well, I
oven.
don't know. You could put it around the base of the thing, and then like a
Use
wrench.
that to prop up the. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no to that.
Okay. So I'm rolling.
I tried.
6.
I mean, if you had gone with my thing, they wouldn't be looking at it, and you could just and pull it into
Oh,
the,
holy
the
crap.
corner.
Holy mo! Wow. Okay.
6.
3 6s is
The
a
mark
good
of the
success.
AJ the Beast.
You get your grubby little mitts in the Dutch oven. Do you want to add something good to the scene before we go to the end game? Because now that you have touched the treasure, it's the end game.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I want to add. I want to add. I want to add a trail of curds that lead its way to the pit's pockets.
Oh.
Like the hair on the
Alright.
payroll.
You're gonna sneak a couple curds into one of the pit's pockets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Framing.
Now, look at your maze cards and count the gears.
Do we get any more maze cards for those scenes? or is this
yeah,
it?
you know what? You were in character. This was great. We had a conversation with Seabiscuit. We
Mhm.
had a conversation with Prime Wellington and Peabody. We had an attempted conversation with the Pits, and yeah, and AJ followed the plan.
AJ did follow the plan.
I was trying to follow the plan.
All right, so I ended up with 4 cogs total.
What exact, like the things with the arrows?
Yes.
Like half a
Yeah.
cog?
Yep, the little half gears.
Okay. Just making sure I knew what I was counting.
I have 12.
12.
I have
Well.
6.
Okay.
For real?
Yeah. I wasn't joking when I said I've got a bunch of blank cards here.
15.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That doesn't count the little drawn on real cogs in the middle of the hallway,
It
does
does
it?
not. No.
Hmm. Well, I've got 12, and I also have cheese in one of them, but I don't think that matters.
Oh yeah. Do we
You have
get
the
points for
cheese?
extra cool things?
Yeah, look
Cheese-
at the last
cheese
card you
also
gave me. It's
doesn't-
got cheese on a pedestal.
I've got some really good
Oh,
art.
cheese on the pedestal. Yeah. All right. So
But I only got 12.
that means nobody had the cat.
Disappointing.
Oh, somebody had the cat.
And the least amount of cards.
Oh
Called
boy.
it. I called
Oh
it.
no, I had the least. Never mind. Okay.
We had the
You're
least
still,
amount of
you're
cards
still in
you had.
trouble.
I'm in so
You're
much
still
trouble.
in trouble. Okay. Crystal.
Andrew, wait.
Yeah.
When did you pull that cat card?
That was my 3rd card.
Yeah. See.
So right
I
before
knew
we
it.
planned
I
the
told
heist,
you.
that I got all of you guys to separate and be in places where you could be arrested. Yeah,
Well done.
I play with you guys too much.
Yeah, you do.
He's wily.
Crystal, you now get the momentous task of describing how Jack ended up with the treasure. What was the plan that you had all along that everybody just fell into? And maybe you set things up along the way.
Oh yeah.
You can make this
Oh.
ridiculous.
Yeah, we never met Pumpkin. Maybe you met with Pumpkin.
Oh,
what
no.
happened- What happened so that you got all the treasure and everybody else ended up with nothing?
Just remind me of the very last thing, though. Like
Yeah, the
They
very
were-
last thing that we had was that Mr. Beans was hiding in the grain, moving some treasure, it might not be treasure, we'll see, from the Dutch oven into the grains. And also into one of the pit's pockets.
So we didn't actually see them do the thing where they pulled the cart, like pulled
No.
the pin.
No, but you get to
Oh.
describe that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So my plan was that they made it to the the train drove out to where I was going to meet them, and they had pulled their pin, and the cart stopped, and I convinced them that like we could even hide the pot under all the grain in the cart that I had. And then as they were loading it, I just want to be like, see ya. And I had convinced Seabiscuit to just like haul it because he's huge and strong. And they're on the back end, like closing the cart and about like, I make it sound like I'm waiting for them to get on, but I just don't even let them get on the cart. And
So on the way
see
to
ya,
the
boys.
rendezvous spot, Jack and Seabiscuit got to talking.
Oh yeah, we're
Seabiscuit's
real
been
good
working on
friends.
the salts farm for the salt flats, as they call it, for a decade. Feels underappreciated. Does an honest day's work and hasn't gotten a raise in years. And
I could really see his value and how strong he was. I
mhm.
had a place for him.
Yeah. So as the last cart comes to a stop, the two pits from Black Plum Company had brought the pot, which seemed to have weighed the correct amount back up to the front. Sarsaparilla letting them go. There was a commotion up in the game room where Butch Cassowary was accused of stealing, and the whole table was flipped, and yeah, I think you slipped out in the commotion and made your way back to the car for the rendezvous point. And then unloading onto the cart, you are grabbing the last handful of it, you put it down, and the cart just takes off.
Cephas gets really big and strong.
It's faster than he looks.
And you could always use Swift to get out of the way. Yep.
Exactly.
That's why she used Swift.
And the three of you are just left standing there.
I only feel
Hands
kind of
empty.
bad.
Well, now who could have seen that coming? Just pulled the wool right over our eyes.
You missed the
She's
gravy
the most
train.
honest person.
I honestly didn't see that coming.
Well, we better get going.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you boys later. I gotta take care of something.
They don't even care. Like, totally. Like, oh, we didn't really think
It's
we'd
just
get anything
respect.
Anyway.
Oh, you think we're not coming after you?
Later
Play the
on,
long game.
at the McChanicle Corners constabulary,
Uh-oh.
Sarsaparilla walks into Chief Inspector B's office. B is not happy with you.
Yeah, Sarsaparillas walking in.
Puts
Signature
the ball cap in his
move.
hands.
Like no, wait, like he owns the
Oh.
place.
Oh, okay.
Like he does.
Oh,
I told you, Captain. I told you it wasn't gonna work.
Ballsy.
That's a great way to start.
Wow. That's all I can say, Sarsaparilla. Wow. We hired you for a job, and that job is incomplete. Did you blow your cover? What happened?
Oh, cover's intact. I just told you these things take time. Expenses, reports. Everybody's got to be on a schedule, or things just don't get done. If anything, you should be thanking me.
Oh,
I
no.
exposed some
Oh.
big holes in the security around here.
No, I won't be thanking you. You know what? I will be thanking you with a special duty. You know, you're gonna go down to the basement. You've got some sorting to do.
Oh no.
No,
Give me
please, not the
friends.
basement.
uh,
Not again.
Not again.
I'd give you a card for that if it weren't over and it was my job.
I wish I had it pulled up. The joke of a unit, paranormal crimes.
Oh yeah.
Anything but them, sir.
The clown down there needs a new partner. So you're gonna go supervise them for a while.
Ugh.
I need your reports on my desk weekly.
And defeated, Sarsaparilla will head down to the basement, muttering the whole time that he should have just moved with everybody else to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
But instead, he's stuck in the Eggs files.
Oh, should have seen that coming.
Hooray!
The end.
That was good.
Congratulations, Crystal. You won Mechanical
Yay,
Corners.
Good job, Crystal.
Thanks.
Well done. Well done.
Hardly feels fair.
Well, I'll
It's
wrap
a-
us up
you're
here.
A thief. How is it supposed to be fair?
Yeah. So if you made it this far on YouTube, congratulations. That's a long watch. We were glad to have you. You should come play and join us on Discord, where all the chat interaction tends to happen. Like the video, subscribe, tell us what games you would like to see next. And Mark, before we go, tell us a little bit more about Mouse Cat Cheese Cucumber. And
Yeah, so Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber is a sort of hidden role social deduction, maze building, just a fun game where you place tiles. The maze that you build twists and turns, and every player wins in a different way. The McChanicle Corners RPG uses the cards from that game to play. Everyone was getting cards during this game to win. You can find all of that at fightindabox.com and more. Yeah, so I'm the creative director of Fight in a Box and did a good bit of writing on this RPG. So yeah, if you play it, let us know. Be sure to join the Nightcast Discord and share your heist experiences with us.
As always, links for everything is below. And everybody, you want to say our sign off for today? Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Holidays.
So
Christmas.
silly. Christmas.
Christmas.